last time, like a lot happened, but it's really strange because it's like a little bit weird in my head because I remember it one way and then another way. It's very weird, but I know I remember we were in like this illusionary mansion once again, and was good. We were gearing up to like go ahead and take on the big thing in like the middle of the city. I kissed Arion there at one point. That was weird. Let's not talk about that too much. And then he didn't seem to like me very much. And then we went to the center of the city. We did the ritual. We got through. And then somehow, like, well, we were inside. Like, I heard her calling, like Auril, the Frostmaiden. Like, she was imprisoned there, like, long ago by these evil mages, and I wanted to free her. But like the rest of the party seemed down with that. I think mainly Ashe seemed like very, very opposed to me doing that. And then, well, understandably, because, well, I kind of made a mistake there, and she didn't turn out to be nice. I thought she would leave us alone after we freed her, because and like free the land of all the frost and stuff. But that didn't turn out that way, so that's not good. Apart from that, so apparently there's this evil thing that's now rising to godhood or whatever, and we have to go stop it, and it's really scary.
That pretty much sums up how that session went. You can definitely take your inspiration, ready for whatever you can come up against in this. But yeah, we find ourselves back down in the underside of the spire, the bright glowing light of the Mythalar, the central battery of this place glowing brightly. And you've all just had moments ago the voices in your head of the vision of what went on above there. And this is where we reconvene, tired, some of you barely hanging on. But what do you do? What's the party going to get up to?
Everyone else saw that, right? The big glowing guy, the long monologue.
Oh, you mean I wasn't concussed? Yeah. I mean, I also might be concussed, but I guess everyone else heard that too, huh?
Yeah, that seemed like a joint trip that didn't enjoy it. Didn't enjoy it at all.
Oh, that's just really scary.
James, did that floating skull like remind me at all of the giant skull looking at us?
I would say I'm going to give you the familiarity would be yes. You would get the same opinion. That's the first form of of him before he regenerated into what he became. Yes, definitely. You get that opinion that that's what was what was looking down from above.
Do we know who or what that was?
Well, I'll say that it kind of reminds me of that giant skull that's been staring at us the entire time from the top of this tower.
I know who it is.
What?
Before coming down here, I kept hearing voices like in my dreams, and it was calling us down here, which to be honest, I just assumed it was Auril at the time. So I knew we were going down here for that reason. But it was insert name that I've forgotten, unfortunately.
That's all right. It should be Irolathus, but I keep saying Irolathus.
Yes, that name. He basically offered me powers and I took them, stating I only want to take them if it means Juniper and Triss are safe. Which he explained that Juniper, you weren't you anymore, and that you were there deep down, but not. It wasn't truly you. And everything just got so mixed up. And as soon as I saw you try to free the Frostmaiden, all I heard was shouting at me to basically kill the Frostmaiden, and you got to understand, I didn't want any of this. I didn't know that any of this would happen. I just wanted to save you. I wanted you to be safe, not any of this. I didn't know he was aiming for this sort of godhood power thing. It's
as Ashe is sort of saying that, and we'll say at this point that everything starts to rumble, and you can feel the city is starting to slowly rise, starting to slowly move. You can feel it beneath your feet, starting to go.
Oh,
you are 2 miles below ground in a block of ice.
He pulled on my heartstrings a little bit. He knew my past and he knew what I'd been through, and he offered to help and said the only way to save Juniper was to kill Oral and basically extract her from it, which it sounded awful, but you did it by yourself anyway, but for different reasons. It's just all so muddled. I never wanted to hurt you or Triss, and I'm so sorry. I don't know what to say.
I'm also sorry. I just wanted to free her so she could, lift the curse off the land and whatever. I thought that would be the best way.
Apparently this ship is the one that's causing that. When it crash landed, it leaked some of Oral's power, and that's what's causing this.
I figured if she wasn't in there anymore, there would be no power to leak anymore.
I don't know, Juniper. Again, you guys know how very little I know about any of this magic sort of stuff. He basically just promised to protect you two, and that was enough for me in my head at the time, but now it's obviously backfired a whole bunch on all of us.
Well, Ashe, of course he did. You just entered into a textbook bargain with a patron. You were given warlock abilities. No wonder you've been able to see in the dark. No wonder you've been able to use Eldritch Blast in that last fight.
Is this Triss?
Yeah, no, it's absolutely Darvin.
I was like, what?
Triss already knows. I told Triss in secret anyway.
She knows.
Oh,
but she
I had a heart
that's
attack.
okay, Conrad. I'm thankful for you moving forward with that. That's much appreciated.
And we had a plan, Juniper, me and Triss, to try and save you, basically to extract her. But you ran away. That's why I was coming to get you. I wasn't trying to hurt you or anything. It's just I was trying to stop you from hurting yourself, really. But it's just I'm just happy that you're alive and not. I don't know if you still have any links to Oral. Or, I just hope you're free now and you don't have anything affecting you anymore.
Speaking of things that may be affecting us in the future, is anyone else feeling the city move?
Yeah, everything's all shaky. We're gonna address that or what?
Is that something we should be dealing with?
I didn't want to interrupt it. It was
touching, yes.
Yeah.
But still, I feel that's a problem we should be dealing with.
Shall we go outside? Maybe see what's going on?
Oh no, we are all so not ready for this.
And it's all your fault.
It's not.
Linus, while this has been going on and there's been a little bit of that, can you give me an Arcana check?
I can.
Let's see how you're doing. The 14, not too bad. So you've had a bit of time while this has all been going on and they've been having their heart-filled moment. It dawns on you that the Mythalar, the glowing ball of light that you're seeing beside you, that's a magic item.
That's an item. We can take that. That's takeable. It's an item. Just
but
someone.
The giant glowing sun that really hurts when you touch it. I mean, Linus, be my guest, but I'm not touching it.
I mean, how would we even move that thing?
Triss, you know
it's more you
Linus,
think
you know.
it counts as a magic item. It means it's probably attunable too.
Yeah. Obviously, I don't touch it, grab it or anything, but just, the same way, like, you're connected to your axe, Darvin, I feel someone can connect to it and maybe control it from not having to touch it. And that might help deal with our problem of, is this ship going to smash to the ground above us?
Okay, well then, I mean, that's got to be like you a Triss, right? You know the most about magical stuff.
I can give it a go. I'm a bit of rough shape, and if
yeah, you know that obviously you know the rules for attunement and what's involved with that. But obviously, identify as a spell.
Which I have.
Mm-hmm.
Which requires you to touch the object.
Yeah.
Is it required, like, physically touching, or can you poke it with a stick?
A whole minute you need to touch this thing.
Can you touch it with, like, a stick, like, from far away?
Can you touch, like, the base of it instead of, like, the actual glowing, burning part?
Could parts of the base be enough?
Yeah.
Maybe?
I will...
I mean, Linus, I know that the whole place is shaking and, time is probably of the essence, but
yep.
I need a few minutes to catch my breath anyway. Maybe we just, hang out for at least a little while and then, like, rush upstairs or whatever we gotta do. Because I cannot get hit like that again.
Same here. I'll stay and have a look at this, and I will touch the base with identify.
Okay, so you're gonna spell into spell shot, or are you going to try the 10-minute ritual version? I guess is the question. Or can you?
I think I can shrink it with my.
You have extras.
With my special book. Da-da-da.
How long is it going to take?
Is Avarice with us, James?
She is not right now. No.
Darvin would want to see where she's at.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it's not hard to find her, Darvin. It doesn't take long to actually figure that out. She's literally hiding behind some of the rocks behind here when she's like, "Is it all over?" As she sort of walks out after the fact. Once the shield went up, I was kind of a bit. I was a little stuck once the shield went up, unfortunately.
Yeah. Don't worry. If anything, we just made things a lot worse.
It didn't look pleasant. Let's put it that way. And now the city is moving.
Okay. So I think my awakened spell book, it says when you cast a wizard spell as a ritual, you can use the spell's normal casting time. So it's a bit of the.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Can't Jess use the mini professor to touch it?
That's what I was about to do. I was about to cast because I can do it
it's
as a
certainly
bonus
flavourful
action.
and pretty cool as the mini professor goes up to the glowing ball.
I'll be like,
on that front.
You go, friend. I'm a little bit worse for wear. And I like the idea that he kind of looks back at me and then looks back at the glowing ball like, you sure about this? Before like,
yeah, it's just like looks around and you're like, really? Are we really doing this?
Like, yeah, the little hands go forward, like nudging him.
Okay. Yes, you cast Identify, and it does work. You are aware that this item draws magic directly from the weave and can be harnessed for various purposes. It is a relatively small device, a mere 50 feet in diameter. To attune to the Mythalar, a creature must finish a short rest within 30 feet of it, meditating on the Mythalar. Up to 8 creatures can attune to it at any one time. And the Mythalar follows the standard attunement rules. Fair enough. That's no problem there. All creatures that are attuned to the Mythalar can sense when the device is being used. A creature attuned to the device can use its properties, but only if all other creatures attuned to the device agree to follow through on that. And what you can do is While you're on the same plane of existence as the Mythlar, you can use an action to fly in any direction at a speed of 30 feet. All matter within 500 feet of the device moves with it. So you can move. It's in theory a way of moving the device around if you need to. You can, as an action, you can cause one magic item you are holding within 30 feet of the Mythlar to immediately regain all expended charges and uses. So if it's recharged in that manner, it can only last. Yes, you can choose how those are going or added. I'll put this in the chat for a little bit on that front. Okay. You can cast the control weather spell, literally ending the forever winter if you so chose. And the bonus one is you can fly the city wherever you like.
Nice. Okay, Linus does regale all of that, and says, so the question is, do we want this to be a group project, or are we having one chosen one attuned to this?
I think the group would be better, right? I mean, and since the city is moving, does that mean that the guy upstairs is also attuned to this and that he's doing this and flying this way?
Your best guess, Linus? Yes.
Yeah.
So if we were to attune, he wouldn't be able to fly it because we would have to agree to fly it?
It sounds like whoever was involved in that would be able to subvert any new commands that were sent to it. Yes.
So we would be able to prevent him from using it, but he would also be able to prevent us from using it because we wouldn't have a unanimous decision on it. And
you wouldn't, and affecting what it's already doing would be almost impossible without a unanimous vote.
Okay, so even if we do link up to it, we can't really use it. So do we link up to it now, take the benefit of having a little rest, which a lot of us need, then go deal with the lad upstairs and then hope that we win that, and then once he's out of the picture we then get full control? Or do we, guns blaring, go fight him and then come back?
I think it's good to take a rest right now and get control over this. This also means we can fly, which might make the battle a little bit easier, no? Or am I wrong?
As long as everybody agrees, it can happen.
You also got to think that...
Yeah, I don't think he's going to let us fly.
Exactly. If we link up with this thing and we stop whatever plans he has, I'm pretty sure he's going to want to put a stop to that sooner rather than later. So we should probably, rest up and be ready for a fight, because we might not even have to go to him. He might come to us.
Well, shall we? We're just wasting time.
So you guys are starting to begin a rest as the city around you shakes and yours. Is that? Does this sound like where we're going?
Yeah. Linus will come in close and go, what are we going to do about her? And points towards the wizard.
Avarice sitting on the other way.
I don't want her attuned to this.
That's a good call. Perhaps we should... I don't know.
Avarice, why... Oh shit, no, why would I... Okay, no. Why don't you go find the rest of your party?
Yes, we may need reinforcements.
Yeah.
Or make a persuasion check.
At an advantage, because
we all look like shit.
Chimed in. Arion chimed in.
Do you want me to make a roll?
What is your
+7?
We also don't look like we can fight.
Yes, you should do it with my help. Oh, thank
14.
God.
14. She says, well, my airship is probably the only way out of here if we are going to abandon the city. I'm more than happy to get it prepared. Collect my followers. Have it ready for another option.
you know,
Maybe send some help, because I feel like we're probably going to need help in this next bout.
We'll see how it goes. What happens to you guys? I'm not so sure she's so worried, but she seems like she's up to the option of this going on. If you don't stop her leaving, is going to be the question.
Bye.
Yeah, you're letting her go, no problem. So yeah, she will start wandering off into the city. So yeah, you guys are going to try and take a short rest. Am I understanding the plan right now?
Yeah.
No
We're
problem.
gonna have a
Start
little
tuning
rest
to it,
next
right?
to the- yeah.
Triss is gonna chime in and just say, one small problem, Darvin. Those gauntlets that you have, they're magical, yes? And he'll say, yeah, they make me strong. Why? She goes, well, that plus your axe plus the robe means that you've attuned to 3 items. You won't be able to attune to it.
Ooh. 3-item problem, yes.
Oh no! What do I do? I need these, and I'm pretty sure I can't get rid of the axe. So, I got to get rid of the robe, or should I just not do it at all?
Well, I didn't want to say anything, but the robe is ghastly, Darvin.
Oh.
we're doing it on fashion sense alone.
When you put it like that, I will say it's coming handy. It's coming pretty handy. Does anybody else want this thing?
No.
Darvin,
can
if
use
you
this
want
thing?
the rope, Darvin, if you want the rope and if you like it, you can keep it. Like no one's saying you should get rid of it.
Well,
I am.
Thank you for that. Okay, Arion is, but I'm more talking like, without the robe, we wouldn't have seen the giant skull. Without the robe, we wouldn't have known that something was up with you, Juniper. It might spot something, wacky that we might want to see coming. That's why I'm like, I think it should still be around when we get into that fight. I just don't know if I should still keep it on. Maybe, Ashe, you could see stuff, way far now. Maybe you can put it on.
If we all attune
I don't
to
think it
this thing,
stacks, right? Probably not.
You take the better one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, you currently can't see into the astral plane, right?
I like my cloacal displacement.
Alright.
It's very useful. And that would be
if
3.
if the rest of us attune to this middle, that should be enough, right? There's technically no need for Darvin to do so as well.
There's no downside, but there's no benefits either, as far as you can think.
The only thing I can think of is that the more of us that are attached to this thing means the more of us are in the way of the big bad doing whatever it is he wants to do. That's my own thing. If we could stand, in his way, I would just be one less person to do that if I keep the robe on.
Again, true.
It's your choice, Darvin.
Oh no.
Do you like being able to see everything? Enough that you don't want to control the ship.
I've kind of gotten used to it. But flying would probably come in handy, right? And I'm kind of an up close person, so if this skull guy, glowy dude thing person gets out of reach, I'm kind of useless.
I don't think it gives you flight.
Oh, it doesn't?
No.
Yeah, you can make it fly, yes.
Yeah, the city itself.
Yeah.
All right, redacted. I didn't say that.
Okay, so you guys attempt a short rest in the as this is all going on.
Yeah.
No problem.
I guess so.
Yeah, I think Darvin is going to unattune from the robe of eyes. But again, he'll ask if anybody has, space for it, if they would like it instead.
Oh no, I couldn't possibly.
I don't think it would fit.
But it would? When you attune to it, doesn't it like shrink?
Oh yeah, Linus knows that. He just doesn't want it.
Linus just doesn't want it.
Before we short rest, I will use Channel Divinity to harness power and get a spell slot back.
Fair enough, no worries.
Also, before we short rest, Darvin takes out pre-wrapped sandwiches from the Hero's Feast. He made turkey sandwiches, so anybody who wants one can have it, and then they will get an extra D8 of healing.
Thank you. I would like a sandwich.
Does anyone else have any magic items that are still unattuned, like in the bag?
Oh, I don't know. Do we?
That's... Yeah,
I remember there being a crown that I really want to attune to.
Oh, I see where Seb's going.
Darvin has that.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Darvin was tasked to give it to somebody, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so yes, plenty of healing is underway.
Everybody gets an extra 3 on top of that too.
Very nice. Very
from
nice.
Sandwiches.
So 3 and a D8?
No, just 3. I think Darvin rolls a D8.
Oh, okay. I'm just using all my...
Did I use a hit die before we... I didn't use a hit die before this, did we?
Yeah, we short rested before this encounter.
Oh, okay, that must be why I have 8 out of 9.
Ah, there we go. The second short rest you try and get in, fair enough.
Okay. At least I'm over half.
Yeah, we took a short rest while Triss was whittling down some wood.
Oh my god, these are all so low. I need big numbers.
Big whammies. Can you get the big whammy? That's better.
Somewhat better.
So yeah, as you're coming towards the end of your rest and you're starting to feel like you're coming to the point where you're almost attuning to whatever this thing is, you do hear...
Ashe. Ashe Wyvern, what are you doing? I can sense your mind's attuning to the Mythalar.
Can I not say a word to him?
You can. You can stay silent as this is going on, yeah.
Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Just carry on attuning.
Fair enough.
He gets angry and angrier to me.
Yeah, he starts to say as well on that one.
In 2 hours, we will hit the surface. I'll allow your friends to leave. You can leave if you wish. But if you stay, we can do so much more. Just stop what you're doing.
Continue with the silence on that front.
Just meditating over here. Just chilling.
You'll leave me no choice if you continue.
Another few moments pass, another minute or two, so if you stay silent. and then you sense there is a tinge of anger. You're all hearing this voice at the same time, by the way, because you're all attuned to this thing as this is going on.
I love that we're just eavesdropping in this personal conversation.
Yeah, because it's all kind of linked through attunement to the Mythalar right now.
So be it then.
And that's when the rumbling and the shaking of the city begins to increase for all around you. You hear nothing else coming from that voice.
Oh shit.
Darvin goes over to Linus and just palms him a little marshmallow treat.
Thank you.
And then he also eats one, says, just in case this is our last snack, you're my best friend.
You're my best friend too. Eat.
And so we each get 4 temporary hit points.
Thank you.
No worries. But yeah, you feel the time end as this is going on. You notice you sense you are all attuned to this new item, the Mythalar. You can sense the outreaches of the city. Even on some low level, you can sense power regaining in many sections of the city, like branches of a tree going out from this sort of power source, all across the actual outskirts of the city. You sense it's regenerating. You sense it rebuilding, repowering as it's raising up. You are aware of what its orders are. Its initial orders are to make its way to the surface, hold there for a little while, and then head off into outer space would be your best way of describing it right now.
It would be really funny if we just landed this thing right next to Neverwinter.
Just like, congratulations! Yes, the new city, the new Neverwinter next to it. There you go.
I would love to see the Gulch Neverember's face if we did that.
James, can you unattune me from the robe? I don't know how to do that myself.
Fair enough. Yeah, no problem. Let me go to your inventory. Robe of Eyes. Let's break attunement. There you go. That should have broken your attunement, but it's still in your items, and then I can unequip the item. There we go.
Thank you. Sorry.
That's
well, I mean,
no
I think I'm still wearing it. I'm just not like equipped. Well, I pull it up. It's in my bag. Whatever. Fine.
No, but you can still flavorfully can be on your back. It's not a problem. It's just we just don't want its effects kicking off in here. So that's the way to deal with it for now.
Okay,
not a problem. But yes, you've all heard and sensed all of that. What's going on?
Is anyone attuned to that crown at the moment? Like, is anyone doing that?
No one appears to be attuned to that crown.
It's in Darvin's bag.
Juniper,
you have to ask Darvin for it.
Yeah, I don't know that. Yeah.
So you're aware of what's going on, what it's doing. He has
It
been
would take
silent.
you another hour to reattune to the crown, though.
Well, no, it's not been offered to us, so.
No.
It is what it is.
It would be an additional hour.
So what are you guys doing? Yeah, you are officially attuned to the battery, the central power source. You are, you are a group with a large amount of power that's being blocked by someone else.
I think Triss is going to give it new orders to stay put.
Fair enough. Yeah, you give the order. Does everybody else agree with that order as you go around the? Yeah, so it goes ting ting ting, as it gets to the other person that has control of this thing.
Now, do our orders negate his orders and it just stops, or does it keep going in his direction?
It carries on with the last commands that were approved. So yes, at this moment, it is carrying out his orders.
All right, then we got to get up there.
Should we get him one of those elevator thingies?
Yes, I think that's next course of action. Like, Linus is sweating.
Darvin left a blood stain after he got up and moved.
Let's go and fight this thing, I guess.
Oh, God.
Okay, so you guys make your way out into the necropolis once more. Let's bring you out into the main features. No longer on a slant like you can see in the map. Everything is leveled out, and you can see what looks to be like a giant beam of energy is literally boring a hole into the ice above, and the city is slowly rising up through it. There is an outer shield that seems to be catching and blocking falling ice, and it's sort of bouncing off this sort of bubble shield as this thing is, slowly but surely rising up. And you guys can pass through the shields as you see fit. Avarice is not with you. She is off doing her own thing right now. And
I don't blame her.
But yeah, so you guys making your way to the other elevator section that you've seen before?
Yes.
Yes.
I know something from like way before, but I don't think Ashe would put it together. This is the thing.
That's all right. Well, if you want to fill me in, I can see if you would think. You can do an intelligence check to see if she would. So.
Yeah, sure.
There's dice for working these things out.
I don't think Ashe is very intelligent.
Well, is she going to have a spark or not? That's the question.
Yeah. No.
Okay, yeah. Pretty mundane, so yeah, probably not putting it together.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, yeah. We carry on to the elevator.
Yeah, you can start making your way across. Yeah, again, Ashe implores to you again one more time, and sort of you hear the voice say,
"Just walk away from this now. There's no need for your friends to be in any more danger. You've done what they needed. You've saved them all. Why do this?"
As he's just yelling out into the ether every so often, trying to implore things, but nothing happens as you move across the city.
Yeah. Everyone can hear him, right?
Yeah, everyone can hear what he's not hiding it as this is going on.
Yeah, Ashe just says to everyone, "Don't listen to him. Either you leave and I'll try and stop him, but he's just trying to get in our heads. Just don't listen to him."
Fair enough.
Linus is doing unblinkingly, just nodding because he clearly does not want to do what he's about to do, but he knows it's the right thing.
Fair enough. No worries. Easily done. So yes, you guys can pass through into the elevator stretch. That's easy enough. The force field is free to move. You make your way out onto like a small spinning disc in the middle of the room, and by no known means it starts to rise up, moving you up through the spire. Following the trajectory up as you are all passed up into the larger parts of the spire, which will bring us to a map. I think it might be time.
Good lift music. Good lift.
Did I remember to put the lift music in? I don't think I did. Damn it! No. Must input lift music after the fact. Damn it!
We'll just say it's the big bad's fault. He replaced the elevator music.
He got rid of it.
Yeah.
He wanted to make sure it stayed something a little bit more dramatic as that goes on. So near the apex of the strut, the ceiling of the tunnel gives way to a landing that offers a view of the citadel's most upper reaches. Light from high windows illuminates a set of steps that ascend to a pair of mahogany doors on the tower's face, as I bring you guys through to the map. Wait for that to load in a moment.
Oh, let me get rid of Hero's Feast. No, we still have it, right?
No, we still have it. We have it for 24 hours.
24 hours.
Yeah, it's a very handy spell. But yes, a decent set of stairs leading to a very ornate, fancy-looking set of steps as you're making your way up.
Oh.
I'm assuming you guys are heading in?
What's through this hole?
So yes, looking through that side there, Ashe, before we go too far forward, there seems to be a narrow window that overlooks some steps that's leading out. So it's like a little arrow slit kind of thing on that one, and there seems to be a one of those android kind of blue figures at the far end of the hall. Ashe, you've seen these guys. These are like the guys you guys played football against, and you've seen like the repair workshop for them and things like that. These are the automatons, but one of them is standing at the far end of the space, just looking out blankly.
Just ignore that. Yep, I guess we open the door.
No problem. You guys are assailed by a chamber where music washes over you as you enter a lavish ballroom. In contrast to the desolate frozen ruins outside, a dozen people mill around in here, dressed in flowing silk garments, holding colourful hand masks and feathered fans. Noble courtiers laugh and gossip as servants move among them. offering sugar treats on silver platters. So yeah, very different space as this is going on. Yeah, you're looking around. Some of them notice you. One of the serving people off to one side sort of spots you for a moment and says, "Evening, pleasant to see you."
In common, not like Netherese.
Sorry, that would be in Netherese. Yes, sorry, this would be in Netherese. So I'll assume that Professor Scant is doing his translation thing as this is going on. But obviously, Linus, you understand it anyway. But yes, Professor Scant is there doing the translation as needed. But yeah, they're speaking Netherese as this is going on. Sugar treat drinks? Anyone?
What's happening here?
It's a small soiree. A few people were gathered for a little get together. It's been an interesting party, but yeah, new people. That's interesting from out of town.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Is there an occasion we've missed? I quite confused.
She looks around confused for a moment and says, "Yeah, I don't. Would you like something to drink?" And sort of, yeah, there's like a confused moment on her face for a moment, and then it passes, and she's like happy-go-lucky and asking if you would like a drink.
Can I try to walk up to her and try to poke her? Like, see if, like, my hand moves through her? Like, is she illusory or is she real?
Yeah, absolutely you can, yeah. She seems real as you touch her, Jim. She's like, "Oh, excuse me. We've got some nice sugar treats. I'm sure I can help you, young miss. Or something stronger? Netherese ale?
Do you know what year it is? Sorry.
That's a very good question. I do have the answer to that. 1 second. The year, 343.
What's the year?
Oh, you're in the thousands.
Perhaps on our return, we kind of have some more pressing issues to be dealing with.
There's more. There's plenty of drinks at the bar around the corner. And if you need respite, there's a smoking room. By all means, make yourselves at home if you need.
I'm just gonna whisper. How old?
Too delightful.
How old would the food be? I
don't want to
know. Beyond old, if that would be true on that front.
No, we're okay, thanks. We're on a tight schedule.
Does the food seem old, James?
No, everything looks delicious. Looks like the best food you've ever seen in that respect. As good as that table where you found the hero's feast.
Darvin's gonna take a puff.
Absolutely, no problem at all. Tastes pretty damn good.
That's pretty good, Linus.
We have an appointment up the tower. Can you point us to the nearest elevator, please?
I'm sorry. Well, there's no elevators here. There's just the ballroom and the party area. There's nothing above.
I don't believe you.
Yep.
Where's the host of this party?
And then, yeah, again, that look of not understanding crosses her face, and then, "Can I offer you another drink?" And smile.
We're okay.
Maybe we shouldn't eat the food.
Darvin's licking his fingers. I mean, you're missing out. It's pretty good. Little cayenne in there. Oh, it'd make it perfect.
The dancing begins in a few moments. If anyone is interested, it should be pretty raucous in a few moments. And there is a magical harp that's starting to play. Ashe, you can actually see it in one of the far rooms as all this is starting to go on.
Yeah, is that a treasure chest in front of the harp?
There appears to be a beautiful looking chest in front of the folk there. Yeah, absolutely.
Who's more inclined to go check it out?
We should hurry. We don't have.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Arion is already at the door.
Schedule.
Yeah, fair enough. No worries. Yeah, you can definitely open the door. A little side room is sort of shown. A few lavish little tapestries on the wall, and then as you look around the corner, Arion, a very decently looking stocked bar with another one of those blue guys behind the bar, and another guy standing nearby, and like he says, you come to drink your sorrows away too. Welcome.
Oh, this looks far too damn tempting, but no, we have appointments elsewhere.
Your loss. It's pretty good. And you see the guy sort of downing whatever ale he's having at the moment. Really pleasant environment as you guys are looking around as all this is going on.
What is happening? Triss, Linus. I was gonna say Linus because Triss isn't here, but is there some sort of like a way up that we're not seeing? This was the only elevator, right?
Triss steps in and she points to the left and says, "There's an opening over here. Don't know where it leads to though, but I don't know why they'd be acting this way. Perhaps some sort of stasis was unlocked when the city reactivated. Maybe they were literally locked in this moment for thousands of years."
Linus, as you've been walking around and checking out one of the sort of windows looking out over the tower, can you give me a perception check, see how you're doing?
Oh.
Oh, Jess's forte here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
No. I'd like to think that Linus can't actually see over the window, so like
that was the reasoning. I like it.
He can't actually see, and he will call someone else over and be like, I don't know why I came to this. This is a waste of time, and will like walk away from the window.
Oh, I guess I probably have the best vision now.
Fair enough. Yeah, Ashe. Yeah, I mean, it takes a moment passing past the window, but yeah, there is some sort of a bridge, a sort of a light bridge of some description that's linking to another area off to one side. It was barely visible at one angle from the window. So yeah, there's definitely something sort of in the middle area of this building that you guys are in. Yeah, as to where that lead connects to.
Like here-ish.
Yes. Yeah, correct.
Okay.
You're in that ballpark.
There's some like trying to like get the right angle. There's some sort of like bridge over there, but not like it's like a light bridge, but it's going to a different part. But I can't see where it's joining. Somewhere in the middle of this
or something.
place?
Should we go looking for secret doors?
Like an illusionary wall? I'm not sure.
Darvin just starts knocking on walls.
It was definitely sort of in the middle of this tower, so around this area.
Fair enough. No worries.
Yeah, I'd like to have a look.
100%. Yeah, you can make an investigation check or a perception, whichever one you see fit.
Can I help with
way
the
better?
No problem.
Oh, beefy.
25. Yeah, if there was one there and it was visible, you would see it, Juniper. You're pretty sure of that. Yep, Darvin. Yep. It's pretty solid walls and a decent bar as far as things are going for Darvin.
He turns to Arion and just shrugs.
Oh, I don't know why you're looking at me. This is not my forte.
I mean, mine either, but I'm just letting you know. I don't think there's anything here. Hey, buddy. Hey, pal. I'm talking to the blue guy.
Yeah, sort of slowly tilts its head towards you, sort of awkwardly. Can I get you something?
Is Triss attuned to the robo eyes?
Don't believe she is.
No, nobody is.
Nobody is. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I asked if anybody wanted. That's why I wanted to ask if anybody wanted to be.
Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, the blue-skinned fellow turns to you, Darvin. Anything I can get you?
Directions
would be nice. On the way in, we passed a little window that showed another one of you fellas down a hallway. How do we get to that?
It sort of looks at you confused for a moment, and then the same kind of repeat programming you've had before. Can I help you? Can I get you a drink?
You know what? I think I'm okay, but you just keep on keeping on, bud. You're doing a great job. And again, I turn to Arion and I shrug. And
I think the people with high perception are starting to pick up that everything that's going on in here is kind of on a loop. So it's kind of like the people they sort of do a routine of going around the room in a certain order, and then it repeats again by the looks of things from what you're seeing.
Can I see the bridge from the window?
Just about, Arion. Yes.
Just about.
Mm-hmm. Enough you can see it
on that thing.
Absolutely, you can.
Within 30 feet.
It is definitely within 33. So, Arion, okay. you will appear.
I'll tell people I'm doing it before I do it.
Fair enough. Yeah, you've let Triss know as this is going on. You see you're on the other side of the wall, Arion. There is a door in front of you and a door behind you, clear as day from the side that you're at, if that makes sense.
Is there any mechanism, any buttons to push at this door?
There certainly does look like there is some sort of a push button scenario going on of some description. Yes.
Is this going to deactivate the bridge?
There's definitely a button. There's definitely a button. That's what I can say. Yeah. It is not marked bridge or door.
So 50-50 chance then?
Maybe.
Hey, I'm going to push the button.
Okay. Juniper, as if out of nowhere, Arion opens a door.
Oh, thank God.
And everything appears. Causing some people in the middle of the room to whirl round in the moment and start screaming, "What are you doing?" As the image of the room fades and all the people start to disappear. And
God!
And reality will start to play instead of what's going on instead of where you were.
Oh yeah, I found the door.
the ruined building version of everything starts to appear, and the only real things in the room are the floating jar heads in the middle of the space flying above that are now starting to scream. And we're going to have to roll some initiative as this is going to go on.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Heads in jars, or what did you say?
Does anyone have shatter?
Literally, brains in large jars are floating around in the middle of the scene, and are screaming, "What are you doing?" as all this is going on.
Oh, I'm back. Okay, so my server cut out, so I didn't know what happened.
Oh, you missed out on that. Sorry, yeah. So the room changed. Brains in jars appeared instead, and now you're basically rolling some initiative to see how you're going to have to deal with those. As they appear to be pissed that you're breaking their illusion as this is all going on.
I'm not in. It says I'm in no active encounter.
Let's give you a roll there and see if that brings you through. You might have to refresh again because you're hearing it on this list, but I managed to roll your initiative. Can you get to your sheet okay or not? I suppose with the question.
I'm just refreshing
anyway.
again,
No worries. We shall see. I'll change to some combat music as we can fight some brains in jars. And we can go from there. Right, okay. So with the illusion dispelled, the brains in the jars begin to scream and shout. I believe, Ashe, you're the one to begin the combat as you're hearing this going on around the corner as the illusion disappears from around you in the moment.
What the hell happened? What? Oh God, I didn't see them.
Not until you go around the corner.
I'm sort of looking over here at first, like, oh, what? how did you open the door? And then I hear the screaming coming from down the hall.
Yeah, so these are all 25 feet in the air, floating in the air as this is all going on.
Do they draw angry faces on themselves?
They do not do. They don't seem to be as cool as Lawrence was. Yes,
Okay,
unfortunately.
shucks.
Oh damn. Okay. I have range stuff now.
That's a good idea.
I start blasting. Oh, 30.
13. I'm not sure on a brain in the jar. Yes, a 13 will hit the brain in the jar. There you go.
Oh my goodness. And I will. Ooh. Features. I will bring it 10 foot closer to me.
Ooh.
Ooh, okay, fair enough.
Towards me in like sort of a straight line, so I'm guessing it's like diagonal, sort of.
Yep.
And then I will shoot it again.
No problem.
This isn't at disadvantage because it's still quite high up in the air, right?
Mm-hmm.
It does not matter.
Oh, okay.
And yep, that's my turn.
Okie dokie. Bringing us to Juniper.
Yes. What to do here? What to do? I'll just cast Frostbite, just cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
On the closest one to me.
Needs to make a con save. Is a brain in a jar? Got a lot of con. Let's see. Saves. Constitution. It does not. There you go. An 8. So it will fail that. But I will set those to blind. But yes. 11 cold damage to the brain. It's getting a brain freeze. Okay, fair enough. And yes, anything else on Juniper's turn?
I mean, with that pun, it's got to have like a weakness to cold, right?
Oh, please.
It certainly doesn't like it. Let's put it that way.
That's my turn.
Okie dokie. Linus, round to you.
I'm gonna panic firebolt this one immediately.
Fair enough. Panic firebolt it is.
Skadoosh.
17 will definitely hit. For 7, no problem.
And I'm going to, because my manifest mind doesn't go away, my little professor stayed with me, and I'm going to make him run down the light bridge, so he can keep an eye on to make sure nothing's going to come from down that light bridge. So we have eyes
on the prize
whilst we're working in front of us. So
Okay.
yeah, he'll be over there.
No problem. Done and dusted. Easy enough. Arion, round to you.
We'll pull out the bow, fire at this one.
That makes sense.
16 for 9 plus sneak attack.
And another 6. Nice.
Still standing.
It's still standing at the moment.
Kind of. We'll shoot
Yes,
it
as
again.
far as it's such as it is, yes.
Ooh, 15 for 5.
Yeah, it can definitely take another 5.
And that is my turn.
No problem. First brain in the jar. Right, what are you doing? They fly very, very slowly, but it flies this way. And what is it going to do on that one? Let's see. Oh, okay, that sounds horrendous. Let's see how that works out. It's going to attempt to do Mind Blast.
Oh,
so
no.
I need a DC. I need an intelligence saving throw from everybody, please. Apart from Triss.
Linus and Juniper get +3.
Nice.
Yeah, Triss and Darvin are in different areas.
Good, yeah.
I get +3, so 17.
No.
Oh man, Ashe, not so good, but the rest of you are doing pretty good. We just need a Linus save as well. Let's see how Linus is going to do. That's pretty damn good on that one. Okay, must make an intelligence saving throw or take 19 psychic damage in this case and be stunned for 1 minute.
Oh no.
The creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on itself. Okay.
How much damage? Sorry.
19 psychic from this beastie as it's done that to you.
What was the DC?
DC 14. So everybody else was good. Yes.
James, how does it feel to finally stun Ashe?
I am aware of the thing on that one. So that is that one done. Next, the brain in the jar next to Ashe. Right. Okay.
So did we take half damage, or what's the?
It doesn't have a. It seems to be if you pass, it doesn't have a half damage scenario. I think it's because of the extra stun effect. It must be the way that plays out, I guess. Yeah, looks like it's a save or suck by the looks of it. So there we go. Right, so that is done. Now we go through to the next one. It is going to it's going to try and chill touch Ashe as it flies down. 19 to hit. Is that going to be enough, Ashe? I suppose not. Probably not.
Nope.
So that one is done. There is no multi-attack, and that is all it can do. Okay, so that is done. Darvin, round to you. Two things are definitely obvious to you, Darvin. Around the door the wall that you were sort of looking at is now a door, and obviously everything else that's going on around you is definitely true. So the whole illusion disappears. The door appears in front of you, and all of this is going on. And Ashe looks like she is, out of it in the moment.
Can I open the door?
Yeah, absolutely.
I would argue like he was like in the process of being like, go ahead, door, and then he like opens it, and then he looks back.
Sees a corridor. You see a corridor in front of you.
Okay. He's like, all right, whoa, all right. He's going to go to here next to Ashe, which he can do. Mm-hmm. As he's going, he takes out the axe and he skids next to her and he kind of swings it upward, and he's going to use his great axe wave attack ability, and he's doing it at an upward angle. So, and since Ashe pulled this one down closer to her, can I get this one and this one?
I'm gonna say yeah, they would be at an angle. So yeah, plausible.
Cool. So, boom. The requested item is no longer
on your sheet. Has it gotten lost in the
transferring or something like that?
Transfer. 1 second, but we did make it. Let's go check the items in here. Ruthgar's.
I can still roll my great axe. I wasted a 20 on that, but.
I've just literally dragged it back into your sheet, and there'll be if you just close and open your sheet, you should get Ruthgar's great axe wave attack. It should appear.
Okay, so let me get rid of this one because that is no longer a thing anymore. And then I'll drag the new one down.
Yes, you're adding it to your
Yeah, because I have my hotkeys.
Yep.
So
hey, I'm glad people are using them.
So there we go.
Okay, they've got to make a dex save. I'm guessing brains in jars are not very dexterous, but one crits, and the second one fails with a 1. So the first one will pass, the second one will fail. So, okay. Taking 10 for that one.
And I don't know how I can direct it.
It's okay.
Because
I've aimed it. I know what you were attempting. It's not a problem. Makes sense to me. But yeah, you do a bit of damage to each one.
That's how I'm hitting Ashe, by the way. I've never used magic in this program, so I just know that I was trying to place it, but I don't know how to. No,
don't worry. Yeah, we know what you were attempting. It's not a problem. Not a problem.
Okay. And that's my action, right?
That is your action, and that is definitely done.
Hello, Jamie.
Oh,
just in time.
Hello.
It looks like he's turning up. Hello, hi.
Hello.
I'm just here. I'm just in time. That's what I was planning.
It's legitimately your turn right now.
Well done, well done. Well, yeah, it's okay. They're in combat with brains in jars, but by all means, get yourself set up, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm just logging in to.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, luckily, it's just coming up to your turn, so you can have choices, which will be everything. But is there anything else on Darvin's turn as we just finish that up as this is going?
I can't reach these things. They're still in the air, right?
Yeah, that one in front of you is about 15 in the air. It would be it'd be less than it's currently set to. I'll change that to 15.
Okay. Then that's all he's gonna do.
Okay, fair enough. No worries. And then Jamie, as you get yourself in, hopefully you'll be able to see Triss up at a window in another room. But there's been screams and shouts of something going on in another room around the corner. You will be able to react to.
Okay. Just press
throw
back.
you right. Just the way the turn order worked out. You're literally at the right point. Round 1, and your first turn is turning up. So which is pretty handy.
I clicked the left hand button on the side of my mouse, and it went back. So I've just had to come back in.
Oh well, never mind.
I'm coming though. Don't worry, I'm nearly here.
Hey, yep. Thank you for making it. Well, at least we got the whole shebang that's gone on. Key information that's gone on. Everybody's making their way up the tower. They have all attuned to the Mythalar, the big battery in the center of the city. And it's been discovered that, to be able to fly the city and also control the weather and all of that kind of thing, you have to have unanimous votes on the 8 people that can attune to the item. You guys, they tried to send commands to it, and no surprise, there is someone else attuned to it. Apparently, that being the golden Skeletor in the building above. And he's been having a go at Ashe because she won't stop. And you guys are trying to make your way up the city, but that's pretty much sums it up so far.
Okay, so where are we going through here?
No, sorry. There's another door just here, Triss, that you came through that leads back out into the main room. That
it's not my turn, is it? So I can't move.
It will be your turn right now, sir. Yes.
Okay. I come into here.
Mm-hmm.
Full movement.
Brains in jars. Ashe appears to be stunned. Yes.
Stupid Ashe. Okay.
Well, me, you, and Juniper also had a heartfelt moment, but you weren't here for it. So
yeah, but I don't trust you. So okay, I'm gonna see this and shoot the brain in the jar.
Sure. The one in front of Ashe, no problem.
That's right, isn't it? Yeah. So I'll shoot that then. I'll send Valena in to help first because
no problem. Yep,
she's
she does
still
the help
alive,
action.
right?
Yeah, she's still alive. Yeah, help action going on.
Okay, I do no longer have that macro, so I'll go into here and shoot with this. 22 to hit.
Oh yeah, that's a definite hit. Blowing up the first of the brains in jars as it will disappear, and the ooze splatters across the ground as this is all going on.
Beautiful. And that's it. That's all I got.
Okay. Next brain in the jar comes flying up, and it is going to do.
Ooh.
See why is this not working?
Let's see how that's going to work. So, yes, it's going to try and mind blast you all. So, we're going to have an intelligence saving throw from everybody.
Again, the +3. But,
if you're in the bubble.
If you're in the bubble, absolutely.
Oof.
Oh fuck!
You need DC 14. So,
Who do I need to do this?
yes, Triss. Yeah. You're in the bubble. You're in the field.
Thank the Lord for halfling luck.
What's the DC?
DC
Darvin's
is
so close.
DC is 14. So anyone that failed will be taking 18 psychic damage and be stunned. Did anyone fail?
I'll shout to Darvin. I say, Darvin, you're smarter than this. Don't think about it too hard.
Nice.
And I'll give you 5.
Okay, thank you.
Well played. Well played. So yes, you all shrugged that off as this is all going on, and you are carrying on as it comes around to Ashe's turn. So you can try and make the save to break this.
Wasted my good intelligence save, so this is just going to be terrible. Yeah.
Okay. Juniper, around to your turn.
Yes. I will cast Ice Knife and throw it at this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll cast it through the Hagstone, so I'll get advantage.
Very nice.
And I'll use up a charge of that, so...
Okay, so a 24 definitely hits, so it'll take the 8 for definite, and then it's got to make the save for the other part. So save, and it is a dex save. It gets a 1, so it will be taking all of that.
I'm not sure if the one next to it also gets hit.
That's already dead. The one next to it is already dead, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Anything else on Juniper's turn, or is she staying put? All done, Seb?
Difficult. Yeah, this is difficult. I'm trying to think, do I want to save up my healing? Which might be a good idea. So I'll
yeah, fair enough. I see what you're saying.
I'll wait a little.
Yes, you do. You do want to save.
Okay, bringing us to Linus's turn then.
First of all, does the professor see anything on the light bridge?
No, it's absolutely fine behind.
Cool. He's chilling. Delightful. I will blast. Whilst he chills. Or should I get this done a bit quicker, but use a spell slot?
Well, choices.
Let's just blast.
24 definitely will work. And for 15, okay. Pretty damn good. Staying put, any movement?
No, I'm not going to go anywhere near the jars.
Very wise.
My distance.
No problem. Arion, round to you.
Attacking this one. 2 shots with the bow. Ooh, 25 for 6.
That definitely hits.
I think I might still get a sneak attack. What's the swashbuckler thing?
I can't
remember. You always get a sneak attack with swashbuckler.
But do I need? Is it a melee attack? That's the.
Yes, it's a melee attack though.
I'm not attacking with melee
because it's to do with your swords, isn't it?
Well. But yeah, second shot or anything else?
Yes, yeah. I will take the second shot. 11 for 8.
Sorry, 11 is their AC. So yeah, you can hit a flying brain in the jar with an 11.
That's my turn.
Okay, bringing us to brain in the jar. Okay, right. See if he's going to get its recharge on a 5 and a 6. It rolls a 2. It does not. So it is going to have to go for something much less useful. It is going to try and hit Ashe again. Let's see how it's going to do. 25 to hit Ashe. That's going to be fine for 8 necrotic damage as this thing just sort of fires a cantrip at you.
Ouch.
It is done. Darvin, round to you.
These two things are still really far up in the air, right?
Yeah, both at 25 feet in the air, yeah.
Which one of them looks more damaged? This one?
Yes, the further one definitely looks way, way more damaged.
Okay. Darvin gets ready to swing his axe and then kind of cocks his ear to the side and he says, "Oh yeah, that's smart. I should get out of the way." And he's going to kind of run past Ashe. Be like, "You got this," even though Ashe is completely catatonic. He's gonna run to there.
Okay.
Now these are equal in height up in the air, right?
Yes, they are. 25 feet up, both at an equal level. Yeah.
So I can't get both of them, but he is just going to swing upward and kind of hit this one because he can reach 30 feet. So
he's doing the wave attack again, no problem?
yes, I'm doing the wave attack again. All right.
Okay, so it's going to make the save.
Keep rolling bad damage for that wave attack, too.
It crits with a 16 on that one. Okay.
All right. Well, it takes
So
half then.
half of that. Okay. That is done and dusted. Yeah, anything else on Darvin's turn, or is he done?
None unless there's a ladder nearby.
No signs of a ladder, unfortunately, on that one. Triss, round to you.
Okay. I do it again.
Against the weakened one?
Run over. Yes.
No problem.
Oh, is this not the weakened one?
That one's dead. That one's already dead, yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, I could pull my sheet open again. Verlaine again, sorry. Like always, yeah.
Yep. yeah, definitely made a difference.
I tried to get it just before the roll came in.
Yeah, you definitely did. So. You definitely did. It had 5 hit points to its name. The second brain is dead.
Okay.
Last brain in the jar. Right. Let's see. 5 or 6 to recharge for doing something a bit more useful. Let's see how that's going to go. It rolls a 3, so that is not going to help it. Ashe, incoming chill touch one more time, and a 24 to hit this time for 14 necrotic damage as it blasts you while you're stuck.
Yeah.
Bringing us round to your turn.
Yeah. Yeah, that tracks.
Wow. Okay, fair enough.
I can't even help with that. That's just far too...
As somebody who spent the entire campaign stunning people, you would think Ashe would know that this
that's justice.
It's called karma.
Fair enough. Right. Okay. Juniper's turn then.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Ice Knife again. Again, casting it through the Hagstone.
Mm-hmm. 22, that definitely hits. So 5 for that. And then it's going to make the save on the dex. Rolls an 11, so it will fail, taking the cold extra as well.
Since it's cold damage, I can re-roll that, right? Because I have the feats.
Yeah, as long as it's not a boon from Oral and it was just your starting feat thing, that's no problem.
It's not a starting feat, but it's a feat that I took as like an ASI.
Yeah, sorry, you know what I mean. As long as it wasn't a boon from Oral is what I'm saying. So as long as that's fine, that's no problem.
Well, I took it at the same time I got the boon because it was
but it's not part of the boon, so that's fine.
Yeah. So
this is like the residual power. We'll put it in those terms of what's left.
So that's 6 instead of 3.
Okay, so another 3 on top. Okay. A weary-looking brain in a jar. Linus, round to you.
Weird that it doesn't do that automatically.
I will go for this one because he is the one being left on his lonesome. Please reroll that one. Okay. For that one, and I'm assuming the professor doesn't see anything.
Professor is not seeing anything at all from behind. It still seems good. Decent damage on this one. It's looking worse for wear now.
Delightful.
Arion, round to you.
Another 2 shots with the bow.
Okay.
20 for 11.
Yep. Is there any sneak attack on that?
Nope. But I will fire again. 23 for 9.
It's 1 hit point is taken from it.
Nice.
The brains in the jars are dealt with. Okay, let's change this back out to something a little easier on things. 1 second. Right. Okay, so you guys can have some description of what this ballroom looks like now. Yeah, the ballroom lies in ruins now, rimmed with ice. Its furniture jumbled and shattered. Above the floor where the nobles danced were the 3 cylinders that have in iron with the brains in the jars as they were flying around in translucent goo. Now that goo is spread across the floor of the ballroom. Many doors have appeared where there were none, including the one behind you that was hidden. It has all visage of what was there before has disappeared, leaving the wrecks of the rooms instead of what you saw before you previously. A light bridge behind and extra doors further down within the main hall room. What would you guys like to do?
Arion will turn around and start crossing this light bridge.
Hey, Arion, there's a massive chest here.
Oh yeah, we also have
floating city.
Yeah,
the demigod. We need to deal with.
We have 1 hour, by the way, Triss. We used
my god! Come on,
we had 2 hours, but we used 1 hour to attune to the Mythalar, so we have 1 more hour.
Let's go then.
Are we just leaving the chest? No.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't have time.
We can come back for that. Oh, we won't because we're turning back time. It doesn't matter.
Fair enough. Now, as Darvin, as you're walking away, you hear coming from behind you big footsteps as something comes wandering out of the far room behind you guys, and it looks like. 1 second. Let me see if I can. Show this.
Oh no! We're not fighting that.
1 second.
No.
Can I? Sorry, let me show you the picture. 1 second. Let me grab the picture here somehow. 1 second.
The suspense is killing me.
Darvin, why did you open the door?
You did open the door on that one.
Juniper's very white.
Wow!
Yeah,
I can't just say that.
Jeez!
Wow!
She can't.
I mean, to be fair, she is very white.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it in the Discord chat because it won't let me show you any other way. So 1 second, I will put it in this. But yeah, you've got to see this piece of artwork for this guy on this one because it's at least something pretty epic.
I know.
I love it, but we're not fighting this thing. We're fucking running.
So yeah, this is a giant creature that comes out like an armored robot with basically a brain in a jar on the top of it, and you basically hear it sort of saying,
"What's going on in here?"
As he's looking around at this point.
Darvin, we're leaving. Darvin,
Run.
Halt!
As it starts moving towards you, Darvin.
Darvin!
What does it say?
It yells halt at you all.
Oh no, thank you. Bye.
I'm pushing Linus and Juniper through the door. Like, come on.
Where are we going?
Thank you.
It's just literally chasing you as this is going on. Stop!
Darvin, hit the button on the way out. Hit the button on the way out.
Is there a button?
Yes, push it.
Yep, yeah, there's definitely a button on that side of the door.
I push the button.
Okay. It disappears from view as you do that on that side of things.
I back up looking at the door. Is it like trying to come through or?
You're not hearing anything happen yet as this is going on. Are you running to the other room?
Yes.
God.
Oh god.
I'm gonna just do
What
this.
is this
for a while.
place?
Running.
Yeah, Darvin is trotting behind everybody, but he has his axe out and he's constantly looking over his shoulder to make sure this thing's not following us anymore.
This has 2 stars.
So yeah, you run into this room. Reflections dance over the mirrored surfaces of this chamber. 11 alcoves extend off the walls like little small points of a star in each of them. each narrowing into a small niche with a gently glowing crystal that is mounted 5 foot above the floor. The air seems to hum with pent-up power. You're seeing all of this going on at this moment, but nothing seems to be happening right at the second until Darvin starts to run into the room. Do you shut the door again, Darvin, on this one?
Darvin is watching to see if this thing is coming through again or not.
You wait a few moments. I'm assuming, Darvin, is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah. While everyone's in here looking at all this stuff, Darvin is basically watching.
I'll be at the front.
Yeah, you watch the wall slide open, and this thing is on the other side, and it again halts as it starts to make its way across the bridge. Darvin,
maybe we could just talk to it. Maybe we just talk to it.
No,
I don't think so.
I'm going to talk to it. You guys stay here. Darvin goes forward, and he just says, "I was sorry. We mean you no harm."
Okay.
You just see that Linus disappear and goes, "Darvin, in now!"
It basically says to you,
"What are you doing here?"
Does it speak in common, or is it speaking to me in
Oh
Netherese?
no, it's speaking in Netherese. So yeah, only Linus is understanding, and Professor Scant will start translating if Linus doesn't stop it. A few moments later, if this is going to be a discourse or not, is the question.
Linus will stop Professor Scan and go, "You don't understand him. Get in."
I'm sorry. I think we gotta keep going. I don't understand you, but you got a whole thing going, and like that's great. All right, I guess we're going inside. Linus, go.
Yeah, it starts jabbering at you. It starts jabbering at you in a language you didn't understand.
Linus, what is it saying?
As you start pulling it into the room, and it's basically it's just asking, "Who are you, and what are you doing?" It's questioning as this is going on, Linus.
I'll
pull him in.
Darvin in. Darvin in and shut the door.
Okay, no problem.
That seems like it knows how to open doors. I don't know if that's gonna stop it.
Well, it just wants to know. At the moment, it's just asking who we are and what we want. But to be honest, I'm scared of it, so I don't want to talk.
You are not, because we're immune to fear.
You are technically immune to fear. That is definitely true.
But there's also.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the knowledge that I should be. I should be scared of it, so I will be cautious.
You all hear a voice inside of this space, and it sort of says, "Greetings," and you all hear it in whatever language is the most prevalent that you know, or your most base language in your own mind.
Draconic.
Yeah, sure.
No.
Sure. Whatever Triss felt would be the thing, but yeah.
What? Hello?
Hello. Welcome.
Thank you?
Can you tell that guy outside that we're friendly?
You are new faces within the city. It has been a long time since I have seen new people. Welcome.
Who are you?
I am an assistant to the city. I control many of the functions of the city.
Artificial intelligence that looks after the city. Surely can never go wrong.
The city is currently running at 39% of proportionally power.
Yes, because nobody's here to use the power. Do you know what's happened to the city?
The city has been dormant for a long time, but it is restoring now. Full power will be achieved in 4 days.
Oh man, we can't stay here for 4 days.
Spaceflight capable within 4 hours.
What is spaceflight? What does that mean?
Oh, so we have 4 hours.
Flight, but like, what does it mean?
Planar travel will be available in 8 hours.
What travel?
What does that mean?
It means can't go in between different planes. You know, like there's our plane, material plane. Then there's like the Fey plane, and there's the. I go through all the different planes. I literally go over every single one of them.
While that's going on, can I frantically like start looking for a way out of this place?
Yeah, make a perception check, Arion. Yeah.
Other than the front door.
Other than
Is
the front
anyone
door,
helping?
yeah, absolutely.
Darvin is keeping his eyes on the front door in case the jar brain armor guy comes in.
Then I ask, Mr. Disembodied Voice, do you know the way to where name of the guy we're looking for is at the moment?
Irolathus is currently in the throne room on the floor above.
How do we get to the floor above?
You wish access to the floor above?
Yes?
Please.
Very well.
Yes, please.
Yeah, you start to rise. Literally as Arion's saying that, and you just like, and I think Arion, you would just be starting to look up and go, "Oh shit, there's something above us." You just start to float up towards the towards the floor above as this is all starting to go along on that one, and it basically says, "Are you here to aid in the city's restoration?"
Sure.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
This is good. More people trying to restore the city.
The guy upstairs, though, he's bad. He doesn't want to make you better. He just wants to use you.
Darvin, no.
Strange power fluctuations coming from the throne room.
Exactly, bad.
That'd be it.
I have a question, Miss or Mr. Disembodied Voice. I don't
You
want
may
to
call
assume.
me Everlast.
Everlast. The fellow downstairs, big sword, brain for a head. Was he trying to kill us? Do you know, or what was his role? What's his role?
Let's bring that through 1 second. It will know its name, so let me bring that through 1 second. Remnants of Viandra. Netherese wizard.
That's a wizard?
Okay, so it's people.
Lord.
It was. Believe used materials within the ritual room to make itself into a brain in a jar.
Good guy or bad guy?
Do you know what they wanted? Yeah. What was their goal?
Their goals were to defeat the Mind Flayers in the upcoming war. But there's been no new information in 1,000 years.
And is that thing still outside? Is it locked out? Do we hear it?
It's no, you don't hear it. You don't hear it or anything. It's just like it's currently located on the light bridge outside of this room. While this room is in motion, it cannot enter.
Good.
Oh, good.
What are these twinkly things?
Power crystals and memory. Mine, to be precise.
Oh, can we access that memory, or
through me? Yes.
Oh, like by just asking you questions, or can we actually see stuff?
If there's something pertinent that I need to show you, I could. However, I do not give away the secrets of this place unless you're authorized.
Oh, how?
But general information I can share.
You know how to access the time magic?
It's going to have to go for information classified. Beep, beep.
Okay. I thought that might be the case. I just thought that, you know.
Yeah, no, yeah. It clearly understands what you're saying. It clearly understands what you're describing, and doesn't. It's not like it's in denial, but it does go straight to that straight away. If that makes sense.
How does one get authorized to access this information?
In agreement with living wizards within the city would have to come into an agreement to allow access to information.
We met a wizard that basically gave us the go-ahead to do whatever we want. Does that count?
Password, please.
Nice try,
I don't
Trish.
know about the password. Oh no, that wizard guy, he was just like, go for it, the necromancer.
Yeah, password, please.
He did not give us any sort of password, did
No, he didn't give you
part of
anything.
the octet. The octet.
Is it PA22 word?
Sounds pretty good, but alas on that one.
Okay.
Does the jar armored person count as one of the wizards that live here?
That is one of the living members of the city.
Darvin kind of turns and he looks at everybody, hands out, and he goes, I think we gotta go talk to that thing.
Well,
No, we need to deal with the
other living wizard. The living wizards in the city.
I think we need to...
Iralarthus detected in throne room.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
Oh.
He's a good guy, right?
We're off.
So yes, you are rising up through the elevator. You come to a green shield that seems to be covering the floor, and then you're rested down on it in a moment. There is a large dome in this room, carvings decorating the walls, long icicles, and at the far end of the hall, two blade-shaped patches of darkness hover in the air, either side of a set of double doors. A green glowing crystal, roughly the size of a human fist, is set into the arch above the doorway.
God. Do I know anything about this green glowing crystal? Is there anything I can sort of ascertain from looking at
Make an Arcana check, yeah.
Okay.
I can't see anything.
You can't see anything in here. It's your vision.
25.
No, it's your vision token. That's why. This is old Ashe, not newish. Okay, we'll change that. Vision.
This is old Darvin, so he can't see anything.
Yeah, this is
Much better.
what I will give you is the light in the room turns on as you arrive, so we'll at least as this is what's going on. Yeah, these two giant black swords, like inky black, spectral looking things, are at the far end of the room. The green crystal Arcana. You think on that one that that would be something that is controlling the shield above the hole that you've just come through, and possibly some sort of door control.
Going to turn my collar to the healing trumpet thing.
Okay.
I remember out of battle.
Mm-hmm.
So is this force field stopping us from leaving this area?
Yeah, it's stopping you falling down the hole that you've literally flown up.
Can we step out of it though?
You definitely can. Yeah, it's covering the floor. It's not shield. It's not surrounding you.
Right, sorry. I thought it was a dome.
You've risen. Yeah, it's a dome, but you've risen up out of it from the floor, if that makes sense. And it's like a shallow dome across the floor.
What are these things?
Two giant black swords that are literally floating in place either side of the door.
Oh, Ashe.
We should try, right?
I don't know.
It was what, floating in front of the door, sorry?
Floating in front of the door, these are two giant black swords, like inky black swords of non-light would be the best way of describing them. Just like black voids where swords would be, if that makes sense. You can only tell by that shape, no features or anything else as that's going on. The green large crystal above the door, and that seems to be the most of it at the moment.
Does it seem as if if those features are original Netherese design, or if this lad has just made it to fit his aesthetic?
No, this all fits the bill of looking very Netherese to you,
Okay.
Linus. Yeah, it doesn't look out of place. It's just that you've not seen living specimens of these sort of things, if that makes sense. It's quite possible that there are many magical enchantments of different types that these people may have. That makes sense.
Maybe they'd be fine, right? Maybe we could just go straight through. They'll be like, "Hey, come on in."
Would you like to test that theory, Trish?
Seems like more of a Darvin kind of job.
Yeah.
Darvin! Wait, who's Darvin?
Hey, it's me, Darvin. I don't mind doing that at all.
I'm walking it.
I'm walking.
I'm walking in between these shadowy things.
Yeah, we'll give him a moment and see how he does on that one when he comes back. But
no, he did.
Linus will turn to Ashe and be like, "Aren't you the one with the connections kind of thing?"
Doesn't mean I know how to open his throne room.
Yeah, but he might let you in.
Did you not hear him threatening me earlier? I don't think he's very fond of me right now.
But usually in warlock situations, they kind of need you. So the idea that you're turning up at his door might be like, "Oh, come on in," because you might need to work with me.
I think we've succeeded in whatever he wanted to do. Unfortunately, I don't think
he
I'm
wanted
needed.
us to kill Juniper. That was stupid.
We've already been through this. You weren't here. It was.
One of them kills Juniper. That's exactly what you told me. You said he told you that Juniper wasn't there anymore. And blah blah blah. Need to be pushed in to save her, maybe.
Yeah. So not kill Juniper.
Kill Juniper.
Darvin's back.
Sorry, what's going on?
You're walking through the shadow sword.
You volunteered to touch the door.
No.
Can I?
No, we already roleplayed it.
Me and Tris already talked about this. I don't automatically do things just because you tell me to. I hit the mirror before. Someone else.
Sorry, Darvin.
No. I gave you a treat. That's it. No.
What are you talking about? I just said I'm investigating on your behalf.
Whilst they're arguing, Linus just goes, "Fuck it," and then just runs at the door.
You're running in the opposite
The
direction.
complete wrong way. That's why
bollocks.
this is here.
Yeah.
Towards the swords.
Okay.
Towards the sword.
You go running towards the swords. Linus, the door opens in front of you.
Yeah, see? That's exactly what I said was going to happen.
Yeah, I knew I'd be fine. Linus is like a pale.
Darvin gets up to Linus, and he just says, "Listen, all right, you don't do that again, all right? If you want, I'll do it for you, all right? I'm just sick of being the punching bag for the party, okay?"
True. I like that you stood up for yourself. That was good. That's a good.
As you pass through the space on that one, please insert password.
Bollocks.
Crap.
Oh, Lord.
Type evil.
How many doors are there?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 doors in this room. A fair few would be the answer to that question. Yeah.
Is there no light in here?
As you walk into the space, I'm going to have it that the light does sort of turn on as you make your way in.
Is there anything written on the doors?
Bear with me. We're going to need a bit of description here. 1 second.
Otherwise, how we enter in passwords. Oh shit.
1 second. Let me get to the
I like those people that scratch their pins onto the ATM so they remember him. He scratched his password on the door so he remembers it.
1 second. Sorry, almost there.
Darvin just leans down to Linus and goes, "Guess who might know the passwords? That jar guy."
You see 8 doors directly in front of you. Anyone that wants to make an Arcana check, you can see there's some symbols above the doors. No problem.
Okay. Linus, would you mind assisting me?
Oh, I can definitely do that. Yeah.
Just so we get a and then a flash of insight myself also. I'd be like, yes, yes, these ruins. I remember.
All the schools of magic are above each of the doors. So each door has one of the schools of the 8 schools of magic. Very old symbol versions, but yes, you are aware that all.
Remember them? Yeah, we remember them from before anyway. Because I think I got that from last. when I did it.
Can I to the one saying evocation and try to cast Frostbite on it?
Oh my god, well done, Juniper.
You cast Frostbite on the door. Easily done. Frost appears on the door.
I will try mending the transmutation one.
Door looks intact, but you cast the mending spell.
Yeah.
Try and open it.
And then I tried to open it. I don't know which ones.
We'll just make it the example, the one in front of you. You open the door, Triss, and on the other side, utter darkness. As dark as it could possibly be.
Can I just tap the floor with something?
You said there was inscription.
Each door has a symbol of the School of Magic above it. Each one.
And nothing else.
School. Nothing else so far on that front.
Could you try opening your door as well? See what you see. Eb, that's you. You're Junie.
Oh, yeah, I'll try to open it. Sorry.
Yeah, you open the door, Juniper. It doesn't stop you doing that. Utter blackness on the other side of the door as you do it.
Maybe open it in the order of where we got the things from. So one.
Oh no, yeah. So code.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Open it. Yeah. Okay.
I can't remember. Can we remember where we? Because we didn't get 4 of them. So.
A code. What? Sorry, what are you looking for? Sorry. What?
The clues we had for the
For the arcane octad, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So in that order of.
In that order of steps. I see what you're saying. Yeah. So you open each door in that order. Every door you go to opens when you try and open it. Again, when you look through, utter darkness on the other side. Apart from the one you open, any one you open, Ashe, that looks fine when you look through.
Ashe and his stupid, super dark vision.
Well, what can I see then?
I'll take you through to what you can see on the other side.
Great.
So you can see all of this going on. Chairs, a strange room, some sort of star-filled map. An amazing looking room. But I won't go into any more detail. But yeah, this is what you're seeing through that door.
And there's a floor.
Yep, there's a floor. Completely normal on that one as you were looking through.
Can I throw something that I have in my bag, a torch, I guess. Just throw a torch on the floor and see if it just stays there.
In the darkness space or beyond the darkness space?
In the darkness space.
Yeah, fair enough. You can still see it. It's still there. Still burning.
So I can see there's a floor and the torch I just threw in is still there. So maybe we can walk through.
What about the password?
I can also see
password, please.
Through the other side I can see lots of chairs and then some sort of space, I guess. Like an image of a projection of space. Lots of stars and stuff. But other than that,
stars? Like constellations and stuff?
Is there a constellation that Ashe would know?
Orion's belt.
Make an intelligence check. Yeah, Orion's belt. Yeah.
These are not good for Ashe.
No, you got to get pretty damn good for this one.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Nothing. No, looks like stars to you.
Unfortunately, I don't really know many constellations. Again, I'm not from this world. You all know this by now.
Well, I guess if you can see right through it and there's nothing stopping us walking through, then maybe we should just do it.
Can I do a quick history check on whether or not any kind of password If there's like a legendary pass where like open sesame and
you can do. I'll give you two options. You can either use your intelligence to try and put together a few clues you've had, and I will give you that Linus has a way of being able to put some of these things together, or you can do a history check and do it and try and do something that way. But it is a very different roll when you try that.
I get +8 to both of them, so that's not.
With the clues at the part of the session I didn't be here for.
No, it's earlier. It's earlier than that. But this is why I'm offering a roll.
Let's get out a jail free card. Then I was like, "Can you just tell me the clues?"
Well played, sir.
So, if I do raw intelligence, that's a +8. But it seems like we're more likely to get a more helpful answer. But if I do a history roll, I'll get a +8 plus a 1d4, which might make it a bit.
Intelligence to be a +4.
Wow.
+8.
While Linus is trying to figure this out, can we open a door and close it until one of them sort of looks different to see if it's in a different order that we're trying to do?
Yeah, definitely. Every door you open or move, it's always black on the other side for everybody. But when you do it, you can see through.
Yeah. So nothing like we open one of them.
Nothing seems
while the
different.
other's closed. Okay.
I think I'll do an intelligence
No problem.
check. Oh, the music just got like suspenseful. Please be that 20.
Oh, well, a 16 is still pretty good.
But and then I'll go, Darvin. Remember that part that the James is saying we had a clue and I can't remember. And I'll be like, remember that? Remember this as well? And then I'll give you a flash of insight.
Flash of insight. Okay.
I'm not doing nothing. I'm just watching Linus.
I meant Linus.
Fair enough. Bringing Linus's roll to what?
21.
21. Okay, Linus, you start putting it together. Schools of magic. You had to go to each of the towers. The symbols. You met most of the high, not commanders, but the high wizards of each school of magic. It can't be that simple, surely. That maybe their names might be the answer.
Linus slaps slaps his leg and goes, "It's the arrogance of wizards. It's their own names."
Darvin stands in front of this door, which I'm guessing is going to be the necromancy one, since that was the wizard that he was the biggest buddies with.
Yep.
And he'll just say that name that I forgot.
Catavix.
Catavix.
And what do you do?
I open the door.
It's pitch black on the other side.
Get Ashe to it.
Okay. What's this one that I'm in front of? I guess.
I think you're in front of like the evocation one.
And we
illusion
know
area I'd go to as well because we know that guy as well.
You do, yeah. You knew the evocation. You know the illusion one. Yeah, you've known a few.
Okay, I will get Triss to tell me the name before I say it because I totally forgot.
That's okay.
Triss is a brain.
Yeah, it's not a problem. You can say it and open the door. Again, looks the same when you look through it, Ashe. No problem.
I'll do the same with illusion.
No problem. Blackness, vast blackness on the other.
Yeah,
I put my foot on the inside. I don't directly walk in yet. And anything happen?
Seems good.
Okay,
I'll just follow.
I'll just walk through. Yeah.
I'll do it, James.
Maybe say the name in the room.
Oh, I'm stuck in the
wall.
Again.
Let's say it again then.
All right, yeah, I'll step in.
Okay.
Hello?
It's very dark, and I'll just say...
It goes utter for Triss. You went utter black, and you carried moving forward through the cold, and you open in another room.
Arion will say the name that was just said, and then walk through the door.
Oh my god! But yeah, you make your way through the doors on that front.
I'll follow the one that Darvin went in.
Whoa! What is that?
Is it behind the magic?
Oh, I just shut the door on myself. There you go.
That's all right. I'm bringing you through. Right. Okay. You guys need the thing. A vortex of glowing stars hangs in the air of the center of this chamber, slowly rotating around its axis. As the constellations move, there is a constant radiant starlight coming across all of the walls of the space. It's like an observatory place, one of those, but planetarium. Sorry. 8 high-backed chairs, each bearing a different arcane symbol, face the starry visage in here as this is going on.
I can see something over here and I don't like it.
Yeah, Darvin spotted what's through this doorway and he's like, what?
Yeah, what the hell is that? Triss is very...
Oh no!
See what that is. It looks terrifying, but also
Triss, you make your way over to it.
Yeah.
Okay, a 10-foot tall spindle of grey stone hovers upright and rotates slowly around inside a circular chamber. All around it, the surfaces of the room and the walls are cracked, as though some terrible energy once coursed through this space. And you need another picture, so give me 1 second. I'm just going to...
You're going to ask me to do a save then.
No. But there is artwork, so give me 2 seconds. I'm going to put it up in the chat for you. 1 second. It looks like... So cool. That's not the right one. Yeah, you got to make some sort of an effort when it's towards the end. But yeah, there's the concept art I've just put up in the frost on that one.
It's so cool.
What is that?
Pretty.
What is it, James?
That looks dangerous.
What does it do?
It looks powerful. It looks dangerous. is about the right term. Yeah, you have no frame of reference for what that is as this is going on.
Like, that is something terrifying and amazing. Perhaps that's got something to do with what we need, though.
Perhaps you should touch it.
Okay. Can I get near it? Does it give off like some sort of force to push back?
There is a sort of a strange energy field around it. You can put your hand out towards that if you wished. That's definitely plausible.
Does it look arcanic? Terrifyingly dangerous.
Yeah, it looks terrifyingly dangerous and arcane. I can only describe it as you should be in awe of what you're seeing.
I am, but I'm also super want to touch it, but I'm not stupid. I don't want to touch it. And like when Ashe touched something and like received like 40 odd damage, that was brilliant.
Yep. And I'll do it again. I'm joking.
Yeah, it's. I mean, whatever it is. I mean, it's intensely magical, Triss. Whatever it is, that much is obvious.
There's some doors down here if we want to just leave the scary crystal alone.
There's one over here too, but it's like completely dark inside.
There's no pull towards it though, is there, James? There's no like sort of
There's nothing like that going on. It is as you view it. It just looks like whatever's going on in this room is, this room is in very bad state, and this thing is giving off intense waves of magical energy as it's sort of spinning around in the space.
Does it look contained? Does it look like some wizards have contained it somehow?
It certainly looks like it's stable in the space, but the room doesn't look good. Let's put it that way.
Well, I want to touch it, Junie, but I think it might kill me. So I think it's a good idea.
Yeah. If it's gonna kill you, you shouldn't touch it.
Stuff like that. Yeah, I agree.
Arion and Ashe, this other room that looks kind of blank is not as blank as it looks. It's actually looks like it does have a few books and a few bits and bobs sort of strewn around the space, if that makes sense.
Might take a look at these chairs facing the starry expanse.
Absolutely, yes, you can. Again, you see the same symbols that you saw on the doors above each of the doors previously. Linus, looking at this sort of space off to this one side. Let me just double check I'm not leading you down the garden path, but I think I'm right. 1 second. Yeah, that is going to be that. So let me bring back to my notes. Yeah, it looks like a sort of a triangular room. You know a library when you see one, Linus.
Yeah. Ooh. I'm assuming all the books' titles are in like Netherese or something.
They absolutely are. Yeah, I mean, you can start making an investigation check of what's going on in the room if you want. Yeah, absolutely, you can. Meanwhile, Arion, as you're looking at these things, yeah, is there anything you want to do with these chairs, or you've spotted the symbols and stuff? But is there anything? Oh, sorry, I didn't see. It's just say be right back.
I'll come back for that question. Sorry, I missed the beginning of it.
That's okay. No, it was just so you spotted the symbols on the chairs, but sorry, was there anything more to what you were trying to do? Is what I was getting at.
Can I say in one?
Yeah, absolutely, you can. Yeah, no problem. Seems like a very uncomfortable looking but stylish chair.
Does anything happen?
No, nothing seems to be happening as you're sitting in it at the moment.
Can I sit in one that has the necrotic symbol on it?
Definitely you can, yeah.
Okay. Maybe we got to say their names, right? I sit in that one. I say Katavix.
Yeah, it seems like an uncomfortable chair as you're doing it at the moment.
And I'm not really the magical guy. That was just a guess. These chairs suck.
We really need to be moving along.
Yeah, I think so too. Perhaps we should stop wasting time with these things. We don't know what these.
We can come back.
Linus, with your investigation check, you find a spell scroll that looks very interesting and a key, I believe.
Nice. Cool. Linus will go, found a key!
Mm-hmm. And from a very brief look, one of the only books left that seems of interest is something that's talking about a staff of power and its uses for time magic. So there's something that catches your eye with that as that's going on.
Staff.
Hey Linus, they're yelling at us. We gotta go.
Didn't we get a staff? Someone?
You did get a staff, yes, yeah.
Staff of power and time.
We got a staff of charming.
It was a staff of charming or something along those lines.
Did we get offered a staff of power and never take it? I feel like there was a staff at one point that we just didn't take.
Linus, you're talking to yourself. Linus, come on.
Hi.
We're trying to go. We're being yelled at. We gotta go.
I got a key. Let's go.
Oh, all right.
So you found two scrolls in amongst what went on there. Sorry, apologies, not one on that front. But yeah, you've got two scrolls upon your person. But yeah, you're having a look around. You have got a key. You pass out a key, and it seems like this far door at the end of the space. There definitely seems to be a space for a key to go in, if that makes sense. And you do open the door for them. Bringing you to a balcony out on the side of the building, looking down at the space. You see, you can see the large, the forecourt of the space below, the large stone shield, and the laser above, boring its way to the surface. No sign of daylight yet, but the whole city has been moving for a little while now as you're going up. Yeah, a nice little balcony as this is all going on.
Darvin steps out, looks down, and instantly steps back in. Sorry, Jess, what did you say?
Oh, Linus just made a sarcastic comment. About his height.
Yeah, Darvin just stepped out, looked down, saw the heights, and then stepped directly back in. Nope.
Linus just looks at the wall in front of him, realizes he can't see, and then goes back in.
Fair enough. But yes, you've gained those few bits. What are you guys up to?
This is the star map
Where is Verlaine?
here.
She's on Jamie's shoulder. Even if we forget her.
What was her specialization?
She was necromancy. Yes, yeah.
Can she sit in the necromancy seat?
You can certainly ask her to. That's not a problem.
Verlaine, do you want to go and perch on the necromancy seat?
She flies over to one. That's no problem. And when she does, 1 second.
It's like me sitting in the enchantment seat. Like, that's my specialty. Is I don't do anything. I sit in the seat as well. I hope we both blow up. That'd be amazing.
She says, I can sense something. I can access something. It's letting me do. And she sort of goes quiet for a few moments as this is going on.
1 second, I need to get my stress food.
That's okay, no problem.
Before we all die.
Oh no! I ran straight in.
And yes, I've accessed some sort of a portal. I think this leads upstairs.
Oh God!
Oh, let's do it. Let's go.
Linus, are you interested in this? Are you looking at the scrolls? What's going on with you in these moments as this is all going?
When they start talking about sitting in a seat for their wizard schooling, Linus knows his isn't going to be there, so he just starts reading his scrolls.
Okay, fair enough. I think it's
I imagine nothing happened with mine.
Nothing happened with Triss's in that moment on that one. Yes, so I think anyone that would be looking at Linus would see him go probably almost like stark sick white as he realizes one of those scrolls he's reading is talking about something about a Tarask, and
Of course.
and the other one is talking about some sort of comet power.
Linus, you okay?
You've not done identification, but this is what you're picking up as you're looking at what you're looking at right now.
This one talks about a comet power that might be interesting in the long run, but this one talks about a Tarask.
Summoning a Tarask?
What's a Tarask?
What's a Tarask?
Oh, big bad news.
Oh.
Like end of the world kind of creature. Like that kind of thing.
So just another day in our lives then.
Yeah, but worse. Even worse than before. I haven't read it fully yet, but if this is for summoning one, then whatever the people here were trying to do was bad news.
I feel like both of those scrolls should be destroyed.
Well, we don't know about the comet power.
Summoning a comet? I don't know. It seems like just as bad as a Tarask.
You get magical auras from comets. You never know. It might be useful for the time magic. But Tarasks are bad no matter what.
It could be a useful last resort if we can't deal with Mr. Ego upstairs.
Yeah, can you get your little professor guy to look at it like you did with the thing downstairs?
I can't do that again.
Oh, Triss can. You can identify, right?
But I don't want to be wasting 2 hours identifying scrolls when we have 1 hour to finish all this off.
Oh no, wait, I think I got it wrong. It's 1 hour until we hit the surface, and then there's a couple of hours until...
Still bad news. Ready. Bad news.
I mean, Verlaine has just said she can access some kind of portal upstairs. Chop.
Yeah, I'm literally on my way.
That's fair enough.
I do want to touch
it's some sort of comet spell and a Tarask spell of some description is what you're getting, Linus, without doing a full... without a full identification of them, but they are full spell scrolls of something of some kind.
I don't like the idea of bringing a Tarask spell upstairs to a man who may use it.
Shove him in your bag, or shove him in here. Like, open up Verlaine's bag. Just shove him in. He can't get them. He doesn't know they're there.
Linus throws him in.
Okay, fair enough. So you put the nuke in the bag. That's fair enough.
Carry a nuke in a bag. It's common knowledge.
Fair enough. So yeah, are you guys going into the portal then and heading on up?
Yes.
Yeah, Conrad really wants to touch this thing over here, but Darvin would have no reason to, so he won't.
I know. Jamie and Tris want to, but I also think both of us might die, even Jamie.
Could Linus's little professor person touch it or whatever?
That's up to you guys.
He can, but
Darvin wouldn't think to ask that though. So
Linus never went and saw it. He went into the library.
It's definitely just going to destroy us. Just leave it be. It's horrific. Look, it's contained and it's breaking apart the room.
He did. I mean, James did say that there were choices that could break the game.
Fine, I'll go and touch it, okay?
Well, no, that could be a choice that breaks the game.
I feel summoning the Tarask might be a choice to break the game.
We have to put it in the warning mode. But yes, so are you touching it, Tris, or?
Oh, I don't know. Now I feel like you've asked me that. I want to touch it.
Well, yes. Make your choice, and then we'll see if you go through the portal, and then we'll break for drink. But
what if it unlocks your magical potential, and then you just become a 9th level wizard?
Don't say stuff like that, Tris. I don't know. I feel like it looks too dangerous. But then look at it. It is fucking magical, and I am. Mm-hmm. Tris is like salivating. It is just looking nice.
It's like a big red button. The big red button.
I mean, how much damage could it really do to me? I mean,
I'm sure touching a nuclear reactor has never had any negative ramifications.
No. I mean, I've seen loads of films where they turn them into Superman and stuff.
Or they melt.
Or they die.
You'll definitely get special powers.
What do you think, Junie? I mean, I really do think like it looks like something I wanna like try and identify.
Oh my god!
Maybe.
Can you identify it later?
I mean, I don't think we got time. I can literally just touch it and have a look at it quickly.
Should I get the professor to touch it? Like, because we've had the conversation.
What does he do? He literally died.
Arion steps through the portal.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Fair enough. Arion disappears from view as the rest of you. What are you doing?
Hey, while you were talking, Arion just went inside that thing.
Oh, that's not good. Follow him now.
Oh, well, I guess he made our decision for us.
Okay.
Is there a giant sentient walrus on the other side?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Alas, there is not a giant walrus on the other side.
Oh god, we're in the Death Star.
There is a giant throne room on the other side.
Oh, this room.
This is the Emperor's quarters.
It is.
Yeah.
It is
indeed.
exactly.
Yeah, done on that one with a glowing figure floating above a chair, looking out as all this is going on. And
skeleton.
Yes, we will come back after grabbing a drink, and we will deal with whatever's going to go down. Ashe, you recognize what this room is. You've been here in your dreams many a time. You've dealt with him in his human form, but now floating above the chair, energy still pulsing up through the chair and into his being as he sort of floats in a sort of a ball sphere of flame above the throne. He seems preoccupied a little bit as you guys sort of start to appear in the room. And he said,
you can still just walk away. You don't have to die here. I am a merciful god. I can offer you so much more.
And he sort of slowly turns, looking in your general direction as this is all going on.
What can the six of you do to a god? I'm not bound like that poor, wretched creature that was trapped below. I have my power. Thanks to you.
Question. what are you going to do with that power? I'm not quite sure your plans.
The city will be rebuilt. The ultimate weapon that it was supposed to be. And under my rule, we will take the war back to the Mind Flayers and retake our territory.
Linus, is that bad? That doesn't sound that bad.
Depends on your point of view.
Linus looks at Ashe and goes, You know more about Mind Flayer stuff. Sounds like he's going away, but I don't know about your perspective.
I don't think we're at war with them anymore.
No, that's what I'm thinking. Like, Linus is looking at Ashe importantly.
I don't think we're necessarily at war. They just invade. They're like parasites, right?
They must be destroyed, every last one of them.
They destroyed
Nothing
my
left.
homeworld, I guess. If that makes you guys...
All will be eradicated. All that knew them well. Everything will be lost.
This sounds like genocide.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's genocide, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a good thing.
And provoking them might just be bad for everyone back here.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess we have to deal with this person.
But with the full power of this city, I will destroy them all.
I was hoping you were going to deal with the housing crisis, allowing people to live here instead, but unfortunately you're just going genocidal. I think we do have to.
Many will be given their home here. We will need an army. I will build an army. I can detect already. There are many cities left within reach of this place.
Well,
their population in the thousands. It won't take much to convert them.
Okay. I'm not the smartest guy in the room, but that doesn't sound good, right? That sounds kind of like brainwashing people, making them maybe do stuff they don't want to do.
Cult behavior, really.
Yeah, that sounds kind of bad.
All bow to
shall we begin?
God.
Okay. I'm kind of on board with Arion now.
But isn't that how all gods are, though? That's how they all do it. They all.
It's got a very valid point. No.
Arion, don't you serve a god as well, or?
No, not in the slightest.
Oh.
Hell, I probably couldn't even name half of them.
Ashe, with your high perception level, there are interesting different items across some of these tables on either side, sprawled out, randomly haphazard. With your high perception, one looks like a very nice looking staff.
Oh yes, this is what I knew. So
I'm reminding you as well in the same.
In a dream, he pointed out, basically stared at his staff, but obviously Ashe didn't know that. And he's going to whisper to Linus and say, there's a very nice staff on one of those tables. Do you think that's what we need?
Yeah, Linus looks over it and then furiously nods.
Oh.
Ah, dear.
Are you here to kneel before your new god? Or are you just here to die? The choice is yours.
Neither of those options sound particularly agreeable.
Yeah, I'm going to go with option 3, which is just kick your ass.
I'm with Darren on this one.
Oh, thank you. And then he's going to run forward,
he's of everything you will.
And that will be, we'll roll some initiative. Here we go. Alrighty.
Which me and Arion got somewhat closer to him before that.
Yeah, you can. We say it's wishy-washy start here, but I will
23, yes.
Oh, yes, man.
Oh, go away.
Right. One of those.
Overcritical Nothic.
Yeah, I love the names. It does do a good thing.
How do I get rid of this?
An offensive Nothic. Yeah, okay.
Sure.
Yeah, right. Okay, we're going to begin some combat. As you start running towards him and he's starting to yell, "Kneel!" Arion, I think you're first to react as everything kicks off. And I think we might need some more dramatic music than what we currently got right now.
Maybe.
All right.
I will.
Okay.
Movement another 30 feet. Oh, I don't want to be up first. I will. I'll reach for my bow and just go for this Mr. Man.
Okay.
2 shots. 10.
No, unfortunately, a 10 will definitely miss.
Another attack. 22 this time.
That will hit. As he takes the first step.
I will. I can't do anything with my bonus action at the moment, so that is me.
Okay. Ashe, round to you.
Okay. 45. Bonus action. 45.
Bonus action, blur.
Blur.
Blah.
Oh dear. These are definitely looking hostile, right? These Nothics.
Ashe, you don't think so in the moment. They seem pretty confused.
Oh, okay. I shot one.
Sorry, you shot a Nothic, or I thought you shot him. Apologies.
No, I shot the Nothic.
You definitely hit that. Sorry, apologies. Yeah, you definitely. That one looks aggressive.
Oh no!
As that's going on,
We may have had friends.
I will give him back his hit points on that one.
Oh, I know. Oh, I think I know what the Nothics are. They're probably like old wizards.
Ashe. Yeah. Anything else on Ashe's turn?
Yeah, sorry. I will Eldritch Blast this one.
Okay, no problem. 22 will definitely hit.
Am I... Oh, is it... Oh. What? Is it dead?
No. It's just bleeding purple blood from the Nothic at the moment.
I'd like to pull it 10 foot towards me, so would that take him down off the railing, I guess?
It would. The railing is blocking its path, so I will say it has to make a dex against it and could go badly for it. But the 22, it gets pulled but doesn't quite go. But yeah, it's a good idea. I would have let it roll if it had failed a dex save on that.
That's fine. And then another blast. Ooh, 11.
11 on a Nothic does not hit, unfortunately.
I imagine when I use my powers, like small, like rays of green come from the patron.
Yeah, you're sort of getting energy, sort of like reverberating off him and then going back. And it seems he has not stopped you being able to use your powers. Bringing us to the Nothic, the first one. Okay, it is going to hop over the thing, and down he comes. And it's going to double move to get to Ashe, but that is its full turn to do that. This one is going to leap down and make its way over, but is holding back for a moment. Darvin, round to you.
Darvin sees this one running up to Ashe. So he's going to run forward to there. He will Rage.
Yes, ye olde rage, no problem.
Which lets him move 20 feet as part of his rage. That puts him there. And then he's going to attack this thing. Great Weapon Master, Reckless.
Oof.
Wow.
Okay.
Why would you go beyond the Nothic to attack it?
Because he's Darvin. He doesn't know. he skids past it and he swings kind of wildly and misses, and then he finally plants his feet, turns back around, baseball swing. 19 for 25.
It had 21 hit points. That Nothic is dead. This one screams in anger as it sees that happen. Yeah, it looks pretty pissed. Is that everything on Darvin's turn? Okay.
Yep.
Irilas. Okay, or Irilathus. I keep doing that. Right. He will fly forward a bit. Oh, what's he going to do on that one? Right, okay. Yes, so he just sort of flies forward and gets to about there. And Ashe and Darvin, as you are within 30 feet of him, you just hear him sort of like let out a massive like howl of God knows what as this is going on, this screech that goes on. I need you to make a con save for me, please.
No.
No.
Come on. Oh.
Oh, shit. Oh, okay.
Okay, yes, fair enough. You feel this thing try to take hold of you, but you've managed to successfully save. You are only frightened till the end of your next turn, both of you.
We are immune to being frightened.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, you cannot be. That's what it would be. You feel that would be what it would have done. If you'd failed, you feel that you would have instantly lost all of your hit points like that.
What?
So that is his action done. And
no!
Onwards to the next Nothic, who's going to come bounding over.
God.
And,
that's the second time Conrad's nearly instantly died.
Yeah.
So yeah, that one gets to there. Linus, round to you. Yeah, whatever that was trying to do with necrotic power, it would have killed them. Well, not killed them. That would have set them to 0 hit points instantly.
Okay. Linus shots that like hand motion or whatever it does to do that, so that you can take that into account. But he will. Oh, he's moved forward. Let's see. What's my distance now? Oh, don't zoom out. No. Okay. Stop pressing everything. Linus takes a cautious step forward and goes, I really don't like this. And he will throw a sickening radiance into. Oh my god! I can't get up far enough because I'm not. No.
Oh. So which one are you? Which one are you? What one are you aiming at?
No. I know. I was able to move myself. Okay, that's fine. I learned how to use a. Oh, the circle's gone. What have I done?
Sorry, just tell me where you're aiming for. So
I wanted the edge of it to be here. So it's not touching Darvin, but then this area that he's in.
Okie dokie. Yeah, so you're trying to, you're trying to, if it moves into a spell's area for the first time, it must make a constitution saving throw. Okay, fair enough. We will remind me when we get to its turn on that front. That's no problem.
Cool.
Anything else on Linus's turn?
I will suggest to the professor that he moves a bit closer. So I'll pop the professor, who I can move, I think about 60 feet. So let's pop him. Let's pop him there.
Over on that side, okay. Noted on that one.
So he's a bit nearer to the action
of what's going on. Okay, fair enough. Okay, at the end of your turn then, it will be its legendary actions time, so we will have to do a constitution saving throw again from Ashe and Darvin, please.
Is he casting a spell?
It is a feature, not a spell, unfortunately, in this case.
Oh, good. Constitution save. Yep.
That's pretty good for him.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, that one. Right, so 3d6. 1 second. Ashe. You will. Your maximum hit points are magically reduced by 3d6. So you're reduced by 9. So from now on, your maximum hit points are down.
Does that just take away from my Hero's Feast hit points?
I think it does.
Yeah.
So I'm still above my normal hit points.
Your maximum hit points are magically reduced. Yeah, so I suppose your maximum hit points is... Do your temporary points count as max part of your maximum hit points?
The
Hero's Feast increases your max.
Hit points.
That's correct. Yeah. You're right. It's not temporary. It's not temporary. Yes. So yes, it would be counting against that. So yeah, you feel you're feeling that energy being drained from you as that's going on. But yeah, those two actions are done. Juniper, round to you.
Yeah. God damn it. So is he flying? Or
yep. He's flying 30 feet in the air at the moment, just floating above these stairs.
That kind of sucks because I don't have that much range. How far is he from me? Yeah, I can literally do nothing for leaving you. So I will move up there, and I guess that will be the end of my turn. I dashed.
Okay, fair enough. No problem.
Yes, my spells don't have enough range.
Right, fair enough. Triss, round to you.
Okay, so Triss will move 30 feet to there. Then send Verlaine off her shoulder another 60 feet. That's a distance in it, but over there as much as possible, like in the air.
Sure, no problem. Easily done.
She'll take out a flint and steel, spark it against each other, whisper some magic words, and blow the sparks into like a flame ball. And the flame ball will just float over to here and do a fireball.
Hey, nice. Okay.
Yeah. I need to click on fireball. And then it will ask me where to put it, yeah?
I'm pretty sure it will.
So I'm thinking like here to catch both him and the two at the bottom, or should I do the two at the one at the top?
Choice, isn't it?
Well, I'm just wondering because he's 30 feet in the air. I don't know. Like, I'm wondering if I can catch.
You can probably. Yeah, sorry. It'd be easier to catch him and that one on that plane, if that makes sense. I would say that was easier than trying to do that. Okay, if that makes sense.
I'll do it so it makes like more sense of what we'll do. Yeah. Okay, so 33 damage plus another D8.
Okay, so he's got to do a dex save.
That is a D10.
On that one. A 19 save, that's going to be fine for him. But the one behind, let's see what he's going to do. A 10, so that guy is a no go.
And he takes 37 damage, and the main guy will take half.
Okie dokie. Right. And 33 is enough to kill the one at the back. So there you go. He rolled low on his hit points when I did him. So very nice.
No, he was the experienced Nothic. He was going to retire next month.
He never got there, man. He never got there. 3 more weeks and he was out, man. 3 more weeks. Triss, sorry. Anything else on Triss's turn?
Yes, I will give Arion some temporary hit points because he's in there.
Thanks.
Very nice.
It's here. Oh, well, it's not much, but it's 6.
Better than nothing. Thanks.
Yeah, all adds up. Definitely. Poor experienced Nothic will not get a turn. And Arion, round to you.
Can we have a template for Sickening Radiance? Just because I'm aware we may step in it accidentally.
Yeah.
That is very fair. 1 second.
You said you wanted the edge to be near Darvin. So does that mean you wanted it casted like over here so that the semicircle kind of like comes like this? Which you can't see my mouse doing, but
Yeah, 1 second. I will see if I can Sickening Radiance. 1 second. Juniper's she, isn't it? Sorry, Juniper cast this, was it?
No,
Trish. Yeah.
Linus did.
Was
Sorry.
I was the one.
What level is that then? 1 second. Level 4, Sickening Radiance. Here we go. Right. Place your template cast spell. So you wanted it like, I believe, like that would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Okay. So he would technically be out of it then, because it's essentially a 30-foot dome, and he's 30 foot in the air.
Yeah.
So if he's not in the dead center, he's not in it.
So then that dude's not even in the Sickening Radiance?
I'm assuming that's not what Jess was aiming for. Does that make more sense if we move it like that?
My aim was to get him
in it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but he's 30 foot in the air, so it's like a 30-foot dome. So the only way he would be in it is if he's in the dead center.
The top, yeah.
He's just fractionally in it. Is the way to put it.
Okay.
It's only just
toes dipped.
Yeah, toes dipped right now. Yeah.
Okay, so I will. That changes things. 30 feet to here. Bonus action dash to here. Just to get in range. I will stab this one with a rapier. 16 for 7. I do get sneak attack because of swashbuckler stuff.
Very nice.
Just to say about the Sickening Radiance, so technically it's a 30-foot radius sphere.
Yeah, so it'd be like a dome.
But by definition of a sphere, it means that there needs to be a bottom as well.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So if you make him
if you put the point in the air, then he's in it because the sphere is still there.
Yeah, true. So if he's like dead center, then
yes, dead center of the sphere. That's what you're saying.
Completely in, not just toes dipping, because it could be a sphere. Yeah, just an orb. Cool.
And then I will hit him again.
Ooh, 12 will miss on a Nothic, unfortunately.
Shit. Because of my swashbuckler shenanigans, I can now move away without taking an opportunity attack.
Nice.
So I'll use the rest of my 25 feet. I'm gonna move to here. Ashe, you got this.
Maybe.
And that is my turn.
Okay, fair enough. Bringing us to Ashe.
Yeah. 1. Oh, 12?
12 will miss, unfortunately. 19, that'll definitely hit. There we go, for 8.
Yep. And, yeah, I'll just bonus action attack as well. Oh, 15?
15, I believe it's AC. You do hit.
Yep. And that's my turn.
Okay. 20 on the clock. Lair actions time. Right, okie dokie. 1 second.
Oh no.
Right.
This will be interesting.
Bear with me. Sorry, there's a lot going on here.
He begins the firing sequence of the Death Star.
On that one, each creature on the floor of the area must succeed a dex saving throw.
Right.
Okay. I make this at advantage.
Fair enough. DC is 19.
Fail.
And anyone that fails is prone.
Fail. Oh, that's wonderful.
Wait,
Oh, so close.
Needs some
Am I in? Am I?
Yeah,
close enough, or-
everyone that's on the ground of the lair, which is the whole space.
Everyone's touching.
Yeah,
Gross.
everybody's got to make that roll. Yeah, you're in his lair now. So
Nah.
okay, so yeah, anyone that didn't beat a 19, you are now prone from this
Do
one.
the Nothics have to roll?
No, it doesn't appear to be the Nothics are doing anything on that front. Actually, no, sorry, no. Yes, he doesn't give a shit on that one. 1 second, let's see how they do. 1 crits and 1 fails, so one will be prone. That one is on the ground. Okay, lairs are done. Inoffensive Nothic has to get back up. And comes running over to Ashe, and it's going to try and multi-attack. 1 claw and a 21 to hit.
At advantage.
Advantage is 21. Yeah, but the second one will fail.
I don't know why I asked because it still hits.
But yeah, an 18 fails on the second one, but the first one 6 slashing damage from the claws. But that nothing is done. Darvin.
Darvin is going to kind of get up, kind of curse into himself a little bit, not knock me down. What the hell? I'm so embarrassed. And then I look around and see everyone else is on the ground too. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I feel a little better about that. And then he sees Ashe getting attacked on her back, and he's going to go to here and attack this one. Great Weapon Master, Reckless. Does 9 hit?
Unfortunately not on that one.
All right, let's do that all over again. That was about a natural 20. No, not natural 20.
But pretty damn good, yeah. He had 15 hit points. Another Nothic is no more.
Okay, and then I have 5 more feet of movement because it's half my speed, so I will stand there and I will harry this one to stop attacking Ashe.
No problem. Irilothus, on this one. You get the sense, Linus, as your spell is there. I believe it's radiant damage.
Oh no!
You realize that whatever this being is, radiant is no longer a problem for a god as it starts moving forward.
There is the secondary effect of exhaustion.
There is still a secondary effect of exhaustion. Let's put that one in the thing. So let's just make him do the save. 1 second. 17? Is 17 enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was 16 the DC, so it's
right.
fine.
Okay.
I could have changed the damage if I thought about it.
Yeah.
I'm a fool.
He is moving forward, so he is out of it anyway. So, because if he knows there's an exhaustion thing going on, so yes, he will move forward to there. He's still flying in the air above.
How high is he? Is he
30,
still? He's
30 feet in the air above you guys. He's just flown out across the space as this is all going on. Yeah, let's see if that recharges first of all. With the 2, it does not recharge. Pretty good for you guys. That's not a bad thing.
Oh no, it recharges.
20. He's going to have to come down. No, he hasn't got the movement left to make that work, so he will have to do other things. Let's have a look.
Just have him fall prone. That's a free action, James.
And that is a free action on that one.
Finger of Death, Disintegration.
Yeah, it'd be lovely. But
Power Word Kill.
He hasn't got any of those sort of things on him on that front.
What kind of wizard is he?
Just have him double move down to us. That's fine. Just have him waste all of his turn double moving.
No, he's just going to He's just going to do I need a Constitution saving throw from anyone that's within 30 feet of him. So that would just be Ashe and Darvin, no one else on that front, because he's 30 feet above you, so it's just on the edge of his range. That's all he can do. So yes, just a Constitution saving throw from those two players. So 24 from Darvin. You're immune to fear, so you can't do that. Ashe with a 5, you drop to 0 hit points. And he is done. Linus.
I have no spell slots left for healing.
Linus sits up out of his prone position just in time to watch Ashe fall to the ground.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh god, all confidence is gone because Ashe is kind of invincible in his brain a little bit.
Just crumples to the ground.
I guess. All I can do is firebolt because there's nothing else I can do.
Blimey, all right. Oh, okay.
Maybe.
I'm
Do you
assuming
drop concentration?
Yeah, I drop concentration as soon as he's out. Yeah, and then he gets a firebolt to the face because he's caused Ashe.
Yes, he takes the blast as this goes on. You drop the concentration, no problem.
Yeah, and I can't even get the professor to heal him because I can't do that. Yep, that's all I can do.
Okay, no problem. Right, so that is that. Juniper, around to you.
Okay. Okay, what should be the first thing? Okay, I'll move over here.
No problem.
I cast Bless on myself, Arion, and Triss, since those are the only ones in range.
Okie dokie.
So... That's for some reason I can't seem to cast it, even though I should, but whatever.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, yeah, we'll bear in mind. That's fine.
And I will dump one charge of Balm of the Summer Court into Ashe, who seems to be dead at the moment.
Okay. Ashe. you come round on the floor with 1 hit point, or with the 3 hit points.
3 hit points.
Plus 1 temporary, right?
And 1 temporary.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Sick.
Those legendary actions don't get you.
No, Ashe, this has already happened to Ashe before. She knows to play dead if she goes down and is healed. She's, this happened to her before when she got, absolutely obliterated.
That's fair enough. Anything else on Juniper's turn?
That's action, movement, bonus action, so no.
Okie dokie. Fair enough. Right. So, Darvin, you passed last time on the last Constitution saving throw, so that's fine. You don't have to roll again, but just from being in the general area, Ashe, you're going to have to roll the Constitution saving throw again.
Right. Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
You're too far away from me.
I done it blind. By accident.
Yeah, okay, no problem.
I did not mean
There
to.
you go.
Oh no!
Back down to 0. That is done. However, that does take 2 legendaries. Triss, it's round to you.
Triss stands up. 1, 2, 3. She's gonna get Verlaine to fly in from over here to the guy, and probably back to about there, I'd imagine.
No problem.
And she's gonna shoot. Oh, okay. 21?
Yeah, 21 does hit for 18.
Okay, and I will, because I've already done it to Arion, I will give Juniper some temporary hit points. Oh, that's the wrong place. Is that there? There.
That's it.
Okay, 9 temporary hit points for Juniper.
Okie dokie. Right. The game's playing again. I couldn't change his hit points for a minute. So yeah, anything else on Triss's turn?
That's every single thing I got.
Okay. The Nothic is dead. Top of the round, Arion.
I will
Right back there.
get up. Burn. Where's Burn? Why can I not find Burn?
Should be
There
in
we
there.
go.
Yeah,
There we
should be in
go.
there
It's
somewhere.
just me being blind.
I was
stand
like, I
up.
hope so.
I will use my inspiration that I've been holding on for a million years.
Nice.
To give myself advantage.
Yes.
And I'll shoot him. For 28.
28 will
No,
definitely hit.
Yep, 28. I'll get a sneak attack because of the advantage. For another 8.
Another 8. Nice.
I will then shoot him again. 19 for another 8.
Was this 1d4?
It's automatically adding the 1d4.
Oh, that's already.
Yeah, it's doing that for you, which is good.
It is doing it.
Okay. You got his attention for a moment.
Cool. I'm gonna stay where I am.
Okay.
Actually, I'll move back 5 feet just so Juniper is in the bubble.
Ah, nice. Okay. Ashe, blind death saving roll, I guess.
Oh no.
I'm nervous.
Okay.
Wait, did Ashe get downed again? Did I miss that?
Oh yeah, almost instantly. Yeah.
She woke up, had to con save, and knocked herself out again.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Yep, this is going to happen every single turn. There's
Just save and you'll be fine.
The Nothic has multi-attack.
Well, yeah, we shall see what Ashe. You've done your roll. That is done.
Okay, Ashe, we're turning back time. We'll bring you back.
Darvin, would it think to take her out on the floor? Probably not. No, Darvin's first. So
Darvin is first.
yeah, crit for 4 damage for the first one on that one, Darvin, and then the second hit, double crit. Wow. Okay, for another 6.
All right, so that is 10 half to 5
Yes.
because I'm raging. That takes care of the temporary hit points I got from my snack, and 1.
Okie dokie. Round to your turn then, Darvin.
Darvin's gonna try to return the favor with interest. So, Great Weapon Master, Reckless.
Yes.
So I did a little more damage to him than he did to me.
Yes, yeah. It's still up, but that does not look good after that.
Okay, I'll do it again. 15 for 22.
15 just hits. That is more than enough to finish off a Nothic. Yeah, on that one.
I slice it across its head, and half of its jaw and face just fly off, and then it turns back to me, and I swing back and I bisect it right at the waist, and I chop it in half.
Okay.
And I look down at Ashe, and then I look up at this thing, and I look up at everyone else. I'm like, I don't know what to do. and cocks his head to the side, listens to a voice only he can hear, and says, "All right, fine. This thing's 30 feet in the air, right?
Mm-hmm.
How high are these stairs?"
That level there would be the 30 feet high almost. You would bring you back to flush.
Okay. He's going to go up the stairs to about there.
Okay.
Actually, no, to there. He's gonna get nice and even. So he's up there now. I don't know if that does anything, but he's up there.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Yeah. Okay, that is done on that one. You're right. Erolathus. Right, on to the next one. Over to Arion. So we need to do. I need a Constitution save from Arion, please.
Ooh, 17.
17 is fine. Sorry. Is there any additionals to that? Sorry, apologies. Let me just double check. Yeah, no. So it's a 15. So you're passing a 15. Don't worry. Yeah, you're all good on that one.
This for a second then.
So yeah, that is all done, and onwards to the next one. Hang on, just 1 second. Let me just double check. I'm not underselling it. 30 feet. So sorry, Juniper, you'll need to make the same con save. No, sorry, you're too far out. Sorry, he's at 30 feet up. Don't worry. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. No, he cannot do all of that in that one turn. So the only thing he can do this turn is he can come down. He can come down 10 feet. So he's at 20.
So he's 20 feet up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, come in my range. Come on.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I'd say. Yeah, he's at 20. I just can't set it. Right. Okay, Linus, round to you.
Question, is this kind of magic happening towards the throne in real time, or is that just the effects from the last time?
No, there is definitely strange, weird energy going, suffusing around the throne.
Okay. And is and the staff of power was
It's
near the throne?
literally sitting there on one of these pink pedestals. Near where Darvin is, up on these purplish hued tables, it's on one of those.
Okay, I'm gonna go into investigation mode. So I'm going to, first of all, because I haven't got any more Misty Steps, I'm going to Dimension Door myself over here.
Where to? Sorry, I missed that.
Towards near the throne.
Oh,
So
right up there. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, so I'm in that zone rather than
down the other end. Yeah, I see where you're going.
Darvin blinks when he sees you. Oh.
Yeah. And then can I do an investigation check on the phone after that spell, or not really?
Yeah, you can. I'll let you do it.
Okay.
Let's be wishy.
Cool. Let's be wishy-washy, just a smash.
19. There is definitely a lot of divine energy still being poured into that throne. I think with that level of a check, you reckon that if he makes it back to that chair, he'll probably regenerate.
Okay. Linus has a plan. Let's go. Okay. I've done my pieces.
No problem. Juniper, around to you.
Okay. I'll step in closer towards him.
Okay.
If I would be here, would he be within 30 feet of me, seeing that he's 20 feet?
Yeah, yes, he would be now, yes. I just can't set him to be 20 feet in height.
Okay. Let's hope this works. Blight.
Oof, okay. Con save.
Oh my god.
He would fail, so he would have to use a resistance legendary to burn that off.
Well, well, shucks. Well, it's still half damage, so it's something.
Not to be knocked out. Not to be knocked out.
And then another charge of Balm of Summer Court to try to get Ashe. With 5 hit points and 1 temporary hit point this time.
Yay.
Okay.
And then I will put myself a little bit further from him, but still within Arion's bubble.
Okay, fair enough. Right. He's going to have to use his last legendary action to move to there.
No.
Yeah.
And Triss, round to you.
Has he moved down at all? Or just across?
He's gone across, but he's 20 feet in the air at the moment.
Oh. Okay, Triss is going to skate.
He needs to be in range, but he doesn't need to be. He doesn't need to be in melee.
Yeah, Triss is going to go over. Yeah, over here. Verlaine is going to go in, give the help action. Triss is also going to give Ashe some temporary hit points. My bonus action.
No problem.
Where are you, bonus actions? Yeah. Ashe, please stop going down. Have some 6 temporary hit points, so it'll overwrite Juniper's ones.
Yep, I'm with
one. And then I will shoot. 26 to hit.
26 will definitely hit for 16.
Yep. That's everything.
Okay. That is done. Bringing us to the top of the round, Arion.
Can I jump 10 feet in the air, please?
You can, absolutely. You won't be able to do 2 attacks, but you could definitely jump on and do one.
I don't need to. I just need to get within 10 feet.
Sure, you can definitely do that.
So I'll jump up 10 feet in the air. I will then bonus action Vow of Enmity, giving myself advantage for the next minute against him on all attacks.
Very nice.
Upon landing, I will then fire twice with my bow. A 30 for 8.
I think that hit.
And sneak attack. And then again for a 26 for another 8.
Yep, another 8 on top.
You wouldn't get sneak attack, would you?
I would. Advantage.
Oh, because you got advantage. Yeah, of course. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
I'll try and get its attention and stand next to Juniper, but kind of like try and wedge myself in between.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, no, fair enough. For flavor, not a problem. Ashe.
She'll respond to Triss. She said, "Could you stop going down?" And she'll be like, "I'm not doing it on purpose." Just get up. And fuck, she knows that she can't get in rage again.
Yeah, Ashe, I'll give you what they don't know. You're looking at him and you can tell whatever the link that there is between you. They've not even started making a dent in him yet. He is, a god.
Cool.
Just so you're aware of what you were aware that they're not.
Oh my god, we're gonna take this shit off the table. That's what's gonna happen, right?
Okay, I get up. And I will... What's on the table, James?
On that side, there seems to be a spell book of some description. It looks like a sort of a leather-bound book. On the other table, on the other side, is the staff that you saw before. Previously.
Okay, I would have went to the staff. I thought you pointed at this one.
No problem.
Sorry.
No problem. There definitely seems to be the staff that you saw previously in your dreams, etc. is definitely there on the table.
Can I Can I take the staff off the table?
100% you can, yeah. You can grab it and have it in your possession.
I like how sometimes you have hands that work and sometimes you don't. Jokes.
It's hands to use
Mangly hands,
weapons.
yes.
Yeah, it's not.
You can't do combat with them, yes, in that way. Right.
I put. Is that an action?
Yeah, pretty much, I think. It's probably at an action point.
Okay. And then I will whisper to Darvin and said, we've barely even dented him. I don't think this is a good idea.
Well, I mean, if we don't do this, then what do we do?
Let him kill all the mind players. I didn't say that. I'm miles away.
Can I reply, I guess?
Yeah, you can reply in the moment. This is, I just think of it in movie terms, yeah. You're discussing where you've got the MacGuffin in your hand, yeah.
Yes, get the staff to the thing down there that I forgot the name of, but Ashe will probably remember.
The obelisk, yes.
The obelisk. And turn back time. I think that's the only way we're going to survive.
Darvin's eyes kind of go wide and his mouth kind of drops open. Like, that, again, that's huge magic beyond him, but he heard what you said.
Okay, Ashe is done by the sounds of it. Moving down to Darvin's turn.
Darvin to Linus just says, "Did you hear this?"
Would I have heard that?
Depends how quiet Ashe was being. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh no, yeah, I would have been quiet because he would have heard, I guess.
Oh, okay. So then, he's still up in the air. He needs to be lower, so I can wail on him.
Fair enough. Would you? Yeah, Darvin probably wouldn't notice it, but you make a. No, yeah, sorry, it's beyond Darvin. Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
No, that's fine.
Sorry.
Darvin's a simple cook that has an axe that makes him fight.
I'm trying to. Yeah, but yes, no problem.
I appreciate you trying, but I do not fault you for not letting it happen.
A simple cook who's fighting his second god in 24 hours.
Yeah, I'd say it's
true. And to be fair, he manhandled the first one.
He definitely did.
I listened to that. He pushed that first one all over the map. He was grappling and everything. So he's gonna run over to Linus and just say, Ashe thinks this is gonna work. She thinks we need to get out of here with that and use it on the obelisk. And then I look back at her meaningfully holding the staff.
I think I can get out undetected. But for your information, if he gets back to this throne, he regenerates. So it might be poignant to destroy it.
Oh, duly noted. And he steps forward. Great weapon master, reckless. Well. Yeah, you give Darvin a task to destroy. He can manage.
Can he?
Can he really?
15 for 29.
15 for 29. Yeah. You bounce off a magic item. It hurts like hell when you do it.
So he boing in his. This thing isn't really something I can hit.
I just imagine Gimli hitting the One Ring.
Yeah, hitting the One Ring. Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
It's a fair analogy.
Would Linus have seen if we sat on the throne? Would we regenerate? With
not sure on that one. Not been there or done any of that on that one.
Okay.
So
the one thing I will give Linus over and above, which I would say, is you can see the obelisk from that window that's behind the throne room.
Oh, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing.
If only you had another 4th level spell slot.
Oh, maybe I do.
So since Darvin can't hit this thing to hurt it, even with his axe, he's going to kind of like, it's worked for him in the past. He's gonna kind of get down and put his shoulder against it and just push and see if he can't like tip it over.
Okay, yeah, make a strength check.
All right, at advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Strength or acrobat? Not acrobatics, athletics.
It's raw strength in this one.
Okay. Raw strength. I'm strong. Big strong man. 16.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to budge the throne at the moment.
All right, that's what he's doing though.
Yeah,
until he told otherwise.
Okie dokie.
Hey, remember when we were fighting the god before and half the party wasn't participating, and now we're fighting another god and half the party isn't participating?
Yeah. I'm seeing some familiars. Right, okay. Urialathis' turn. Okay. Sorry, no, apologies. I missed the lair action on 20, so we've got to deal with that first on that one. On this game?
Quickly, did Darvin give Linus the staff?
No,
Ashe has the staff at the moment.
Did you give it to me or no?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. Okay.
Okay, so yes, so Irilus looks over you on a lair action, Triss, and points a finger, and a small glowing spot appears on the ground below you. And then there's something radiates out from him for a moment from that spot, and it's done. Irialathis, on his turn now, he will
What does that mean?
So a Constitution saving throw from Arion and Juniper, please.
Juniper, you will have +3.
Yes.
Oh,
can I use my thing, my inspiration to reroll this?
What inspiration is that?
The one that I got at the beginning of the session because I recapped.
Well, inspiration won't give you a third roll. It will give you the second roll of that double. You got a double 1 there, didn't you?
That's fate die, I think.
And you're thinking of a fate die that would. Have you got a birthday fate die left?
Have you got a birthday one?
No, I don't.
Have mine.
Linus,
Jess is giving you her birthday fate die.
It might work if it's used for someone else's. It's never been done.
It's never been used well by whoever owned it.
Okay, here we go.
Hey.
What?
Hey!
Well, there you go. Hey, yes. Well, I think that was
curse is broken.
And the fate die curse has been broken for once. So yeah, definitely.
It took how many years?
Yeah, that has been a long, long time coming. Right. Okie dokie. That is all done. He is still where he is, bringing us to, I believe, Linus's turn.
Linus can see the obelisk.
Mm-hmm.
He'll run, snatch, and then from where he is, he will dimension door to the obelisk.
You can take Ashe with you.
You don't want to take anyone with you?
Oh, I'll take Ashe. I'll be like, let's go. Obelisk time. And then
We got the spell. You probably need the spells in the book.
I don't know the spell book's there.
It's okay. It's okay. You got that. So you dimension door. What's the distance on dimension door? Let's know.
400 feet.
400 feet.
You could just about get. You can just hit the ground.
Oh.
Hit the ground running, Linus, to be down in that right spot. You can get to the obelisk in another round. That will definitely be true. Ashe could do it quicker.
It's Ashe's turn next, so let's put it between us two.
Juniper, it is now your turn. Actually, no, sorry. At the end of Linus's turn, let's see what he's going to do. I need Arion and Juniper to make a Constitution saving throw from like this magical dust that comes off him from an effect.
Shit.
Okay. The save is a 15, so I think Arion, you pass. Juniper, you will fail. You are blind until the end of the Demi-Lich's next turn.
The what?
The what? What did you call him?
Yes,
What was that?
yes, his original form.
Oh,
Well, that sucks.
it all feels illegal.
It all feels illegal. Yes, yeah. You knew it was a skull before. You did see that, yes. So yes, sorry, Juniper. Yeah, you are blinded, but yes, I think that's not great for a spellcaster.
No. I guess it's my turn now.
It is definitely your turn.
But I can't see anything, so I can't.
I know.
Can I try to chuck the ice knife up at where I think I saw him last?
Yeah, absolutely. You can do it at disadvantage. Yeah.
Can I cast it through the hexstone to?
Well,
straight.
Yes, I'll let you do it.
Okay, this is the last charge on the hexstone as well, so I need to see if it explodes.
20. I think that 20 just hits. So yes, you do still hit. And he's going to make a save. What's the DC? He crits. It doesn't matter. Okay.
So half on the cold.
Mm-hmm. And so
also,
that's
I think
3.
I rerolled that cold damage. So it would be half of 8, so 4 instead of 3. What it was.
Okay. Okie dokie. So anything else on Juniper's turn?
I cannot see anything, so I'll try to stumble away from him, kinda.
Okay, yep, fair enough.
But not too far, because I don't want to trip over anything, so...
No worries.
Yeah, that'd be it.
Okie dokie. Right. So that is done. Triss, round to you.
What happens to me? Do I blow up?
No, you're fine.
Oh, okay.
Turn.
Triss is going to run to the stairs.
Okay.
Oh, still nothing? Okay.
Yeah, still fine.
Verlaine will run in, give some help, and run back out.
Mm-hmm.
Fly, sorry. And I will shoot. Oh, James, you chewed me on a natural 20.
I know. For some reason, the gun does not function as you attempt to use it. Yeah, you think a spellcaster is trying to take shit out, wouldn't you? But yes, unfortunately, yes, something has happened.
Can I understand what, or?
Yeah, you can make an Arcana check. Let's see if you can work out what it's done.
Can I use my natural 20?
Fair enough. Yes, 15. You think you've been targeted by some sort of anti-magic field.
Oh, jeez.
That sort of thing doesn't last for long.
Okay. My thing is still work, I wonder. Let's try. I try casting some... that's too far away. Okay, I can't cast it on anyone anyway. Yep. Never mind. I'm all done.
Okay. That is done. Arion, round to you.
I will continue shooting this thing at advantage. Oh, why did it not come through?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I hit the thing.
Oh, no.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. It's just slow down.
21 plus sneak attack.
Hey.
Hey, they're damn good on both.
Then I will shoot again. 26 for another 12.
That's, again, pretty good.
I will stay where I am. Again, trying to keep its attention on me. I don't want to... I saw some kind of flash of light happening above the stairs. I don't want it to know.
That's fair. You've definitely got its attention right now.
Yeah. Good.
Ashe, round to you at this point. You are, within about 40 feet of the 30, 40 feet of the obelisk, wherever Linus has dropped you down on the space below.
I don't know what to do because I'm pretty sure Triss was the one that meant to do this. So I have no idea. I'm just gonna go up to the obelisk and just wait for Linus, I guess.
Okay, fair enough.
Do I have a hint of what to do? I can't remember what happened when we were near it.
No, you've got nothing. Yeah, you've not got any frame of reference. You know that a staff is required to do something, but what as to what? I'm not sure you have any thoughts on that one yet.
Didn't the wizard just say to boop it? The necromancy dude?
Boop it. Just boop it.
Boop it.
You're going to try and smash it against the obelisk? You can.
Yeah, sure.
Wait, smash and boop are very different.
I boop it. Yeah, I'll just...
Smashing and booping are different.
Touch the rod.
Fair enough. So nothing happens in the moment. You tap it to the obelisk. Nothing seems to happen in the moment. We will move back through then to Darvin.
Darvin's trying to push over this throne.
Yes. I forgot that's what
he hears Linus
disappear.
Say, okay. He runs over to Ashe and they disappear.
Mm-hmm.
And for just a split second, you see like a look cross Darvin's face that's almost like betrayal.
Oof.
But then he kind of like nods. He goes, No, Linus is safe. That's good. He says, I gotta buy him some time. And so he's going to run to here near Triss. And as he gets there, he's just gonna stop for a minute and just say, Linus and Ashe, they teleported or something out of here. I don't know, but they took that staff with them. I think they're gonna try to do what you need done. And then
they know the spell?
He doesn't know what you're talking about. He's going to keep running.
Triss, you think Linus probably knows what he would have to do.
Okay.
So he runs to here, I think to there, maybe? No, I have 80 feet. I moved to there. I get like right up like in his grill.
Okay.
Actually, no. I would run to this area over here instead. Sorry. And that's a double move. Unfortunately, if I'm being honest, James, would you count my... Well, I attacked a chair. Does that count as attacking last round?
Yeah, you just got to attack something.
I think fair enough. We'll let it run. Yeah, we'll let it go.
I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah, no, it's any edge you can have right now. I think is going to be fair.
Okay, cool. So then, technically, I'm still raging.
Okay. Okay. Irolathis' turn then, I guess. I'm guessing it's going to be no surprise to anyone when you have to make Constitution saving throws for the three of you, please.
Oh, Darvin, you should have stayed in the bubble.
Whoopsie daisies.
It's a lot going on in one moment. You got to get a DC 15. Arion's fine.
Oh.
James, I'm going to use the inspiration I got from giving the
Yep, absolutely. Yep, probably now's the time.
I'm telling you beforehand.
That's good. Thank you.
Which was
19.
good.
Yeah, that made the difference. You have hit points, which is very valid. And then it's just Juniper left on that one.
Seb is not there.
Seb's not there. He's going to have to forgive me, but I'm going to roll it forward.
He's back.
He keyed his name.
He sensed it.
Another con save from Juniper, please.
Yeah. Sorry, I just got a phone call. I had to take that.
Not a problem. Not a problem at all.
Oof.
15.
Oh, 15.
Yeah, you meet it. So yeah, you are not drained
plus
by
3 as well.
You plus 3 as well, so you're definitely good. That is all done then. So at the end of his turn, Linus, just round to your turn.
Am I not blinded anymore as well?
You are not blinded. Yeah, that passes now. Yeah, blinded is done.
I will run up to Ashe, seeing that nothing is working, that nothing's happened. I will.
You know you'd have to destroy the staff to make it work.
I will take the staff from Ashe, and I'll like smash it onto the thing, and I will quote the famous Terry Chocolate Orange advert and say, "Don't tap it, whack it," and we'll smash it onto the thing.
Okay, fair enough. Right, 1 second. Bear with me. Sorry, a lot of things happen at once, so I need to get the right pieces up here on that one. Sorry, it's just loading the bit. 1 second. Yeah. So the last thing, Linus, that goes through your mind is oh shit, as a blinding light will flash out from this staff as this is all going on. I need you to make and Ashe a dexterity saving throw, please.
Perfect. Oh, I keep blind rolling it too, James.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I can reveal that you passed, Ashe, so you won't be taking the damage in the moment. But Linus with a 9, you will be taking 37 points of damage from this thing as it explodes in your face. And
you're muted, yes.
That's fine. I just went up a few octaves in panic.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Do you have any hit points left at that point? Is the question?
I do.
Okay.
I do. So it's fine. I'm alive.
Okie dokie. Well, I think we can come out of some combat then. So 1 second. Let me end this, and we're going to change scene, I think, here on this one. One second. Let's bring you through. So only this one and this one are here as this goes on. But a blinding light occurs, and Linus, when you come round, and Ashe as well, you're sort of like you can't see anything for a moment. You come round and you're still here. There's no obelisk directly in front of you, and you can just see the city surrounding you, the exact same city that you've been in. It's just stunning to look at, and a beautiful sun everywhere as you're looking around as this is all going on in front of you. And in front of you both is a very strange looking, brightly coloured bird standing in the space where the obelisk was moments before. And you look around at each other, and the first things you would notice is each of you are 10 years younger than you were. So yeah,
do I have my scar?
You will not. No, you will be 10 years younger. Yes. So whatever form he was in 10 years ago, yes, that would be how he would look at that point.
Would I be what I would be wearing 10 years ago? Or would I be wearing what?
No, you have all of what you have on you now is cool. Fine. It's just your bodies are now as they were 10 years prior, if that makes sense. As this is going from.
I can use my hands again.
Oh yeah, hey, that's an upbeat for you on that front.
Linus takes off his mask when he realizes that
and this strange bird creature that is standing where the obelisk is, it says, "And finally now, I am released from my duty. I was long and forgotten, but it is done. Thank you." I have served my purpose for the city. And it sort of like starts to flap its wings and look around in around the spaces. You can start to see sky cars flying across the air across by you, Linus, as things are going along. You start noticing mages all starting to turn and stare as they're looking at where you guys are in the space at the moment. And this strange bird creature is sort of like, thank you again.
Whoa.
Whoa, yeah. What was your purpose? What happened? Why can I move one side of my face again?
I was the last resort. If all was to go wrong and the Empire needed rebuilding, I was the reset point. I was the return. And you have solved that now.
How far
and
back in time?
You.
Wait, did we just send the world back in time, like, ridiculously far?
Thousands of years? Yeah.
The world is reset. Yeah. The world you know has not even been.
None of us exist.
Wait, no, yeah.
The year is minus 343 DR, so way before the Forgotten Realms. Yeah. And you are literally
Linus like holds his head.
You're literally looking out at the full state of the city. Two men start to walk over towards you guys, dressed in mage uniform. Ashe, one of them you recognize.
Fuck.
And another you do not. But these two men start to walk over to you guys as this is all going on. And they basically ask, is like, yeah, what has gone on? What have you done? Why has... Yeah, they're basically confused in the moment. The obelisk has just disappeared. Something dramatic has happened. Where are you from?
Linus does the maths, but Jess can't, and says how many years in the future they're from.
Yeah, so I think the way this plays out is you guys are not interrogated, but kind of interrogated of what you know and how and why for a little while. How much do you fill these people in on as time passes as this is going on?
You tell them not to go to the world in like 4,000 years and crash land and fuck everything up again.
But you tell them your adventures. You tell them what befell the city, what you know of history and things like that.
That's Linus. Tell them about Carsten's folly.
That's true.
The end of Delivery's empire.
How much does he fill him in on? Yeah, how much will Linus fill him in on as this is going on?
Linus will say a lot, but not in like immense detail.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll say that these are possibilities, but I won't tell you the exact details because if you act to try and prevent them exactly, you could cause more issues.
Fair enough. But yeah, so you spend your time and your days there. Ashe, this is not your patron in that respect. This is just the wizard as he once was. As you start to realize as time passes as you go. But how do these guys spend their time as time passes in this world?
I want to go to the I want to go to the throne room and see if everyone's there.
You're allowed to in time after explaining things and walking around. You're allowed to visit all of these spaces. You see the throne room as it was. It's beautiful. It's not a wreck. But your friends are not there. They don't exist. They have never existed.
We haven't even been born yet.
Yeah.
And only with time you realize, it's done. What is done is done. You are here, and this is your time now. So how do they spend their next few years of their lives? I guess what's their ending in this form of?
Linus and
it's
research
almost
them
Linus's
better.
dream in some ways.
Yeah, a little bit, but also not really.
Not really, by the
because-
same token. Yeah.
No, you can't be a historian now.
Yeah, I
It's
just
present
kind of
time.
know shit. I'm just like a weird prophet now, I guess. But
Do you
Linus,
Beware, the end of days is upon us.
Linus will make. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Do you stop the fall of the Netherese Empire? Do you stop casting that spell?
You would be very aware of what was the final fall of the Netherese Empire. You would definitely be aware of that. Do you stop them? Do you stop them collecting Oral in a few weeks' time when they were going to weaponize her for? Do you fill them in on that folly, or do you allow these things to happen? Is the question.
Oh, so they don't have Oral yet?
No. This is all. Okay. The reset point is way before that happens, but all these things start to slowly play out unless you stop them, or do you stop them?
I will stop them from getting fucking Oral. That's where
Well,
everything went wrong.
If you explain why that is the folly that causes the city to crash and is the start of the problems, they will happily accept the knowledge, and that does not happen.
Yeah. Does Ashe struggle with communication because she doesn't speak that language?
Yeah, she would struggle with time. But you're also in a city of wizards with tongues, so it's there are spells to make that plausible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they will take any knowledge you give them. They will allow you to go on your merry way if you wish. They'll give you a sky car and allow you to fly off if you want, or you can affect the futures of the Netherese when in this period. But it sounds like you stop Oral from being captured, so that one doesn't happen. Do you stop
What?
the bigger problem when that gets closer? Linus, I suppose, will be the time when the final folly of the Netherese Empire will befall it, and the wizard will make a spell that will doom them all.
I think Linus would take the time to know the community and to know the culture a bit better, because there is certain civilizations, and whilst the people that live there don't deserve to die, they do run their course, and there needs to be the end so that other civilizations can develop. And Linus will make his own assessment closer to the time, probably, dependent on that fact. But he will take a sky car down below to the ground level later on, and will leave relics specifically for those who were part of the party. And whilst it won't say details of what happened, it will basically be a thank you for what you may do or may not have done. You've done well. And they'll all have that, and it will have their names on it, and maybe in the future someone will find it and it will be given to those, and it will inspire them to be great.
Oh, fair enough.
Main question is, James, am I born here?
This is also a big question.
That is beyond the scope of this adventure right now.
What?
On that front, but we need to know a few things of whether the Netherese Empire falls at some point or not. But we will come to that at some point, I'm sure. We will have to answer that question one way or another.
Does Ashe go to space?
That's up to Ashe. What would Ashe want to do? Yeah.
What's the point? My world is not going to happen for like 5,000 years.
True.
What's the point?
You could become a really good player at that sport that we played. You become like a...
that is an option, I guess. Or
I
you
don't
can go
know.
off into your own world and just take a sky car and go.
Ashe is very angry that this has happened. She did not want this to happen.
Yeah.
She'd probably go be like, I guess, like a hermit sort of thing, live in solitude on her own, and go crazy probably.
I feel like the first few years Linus would try to bring Ashe back to civilization. Whether or not she resists that is her
thing. Maybe that becomes the one shot of the possible end of the Netherese Empire, and what would or would not befall it on that front.
Now, I have to admit,
Mm-hmm.
I never would have predicted this ending.
Mm.
Especially this combination of people.
Well, I did say there were a few choices that you would make that might need the warning of these are beyond the scope of the adventure. This is one of them. This is one of the cooler ones, I think. But yes, you are. That's where it will end, guys. Because whatever this is something else. For sadly, only 2 of you that made it to the final part. The rest of you would have to be within range of the effect when it happened, but. You bought the time with your lives, basically.
We were just erased from existence for it.
Yeah.
And you quite possibly, yeah. I mean, who
you
knows
may have
if...
a happier existence.
In fact, like, all of our future characters, every campaign we've played has not happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it rewrites the Forgotten Realms for me. Thank you. Yes,
especially if the Netherese Empire survives.
This is where they reset 3.5 or 5.5. Right here.
I've got a feeling the next time we visit the Forgotten Realms, it may be very, very different than where we were last time. So,
I would adore that campaign. I love the Netherese Empire. 11th level magic, yes.
Yes,
please.
But yeah, there we go. So yes, we shall see. We shall see on that one. But yes, apologies. The rest of you are literally erased from existence. So you cannot have have an ending, unfortunately. So that will be one of the things.
I'm really unsure of how I should feel about this.
I know, same here. But that's the way. That's the story the dice told, and the players went with. Yeah. So The other option was drop the Tarrasque on the city. That's another way of dealing with the problem. That definitely works. The comet is another way of doing it. You can literally drop the comet on the top of the city and irrevocably damage it. Or you fight until you take control of the Mythalar and turn it off and turn it off the everlasting ride.
Real estate.
Dropping the Tarrasque and the comet would also kill us, right?
It depends on the way. It's worse than you think. You would definitely be. The city would be in disarray and being under destruction. You'd probably have Irolathus having to deal with all of that for a little bit, and it would probably drain him enough that you might be able to kill him. So that is one way of dealing with it. So that is definitely plausible. However, then the Tarrasque then goes on to destroy all of 10 towns, and then onwards.
Oh, that's already destroyed.
The rest of the Forgotten Realms is a big place with the Tarrasque in it on that front, but it would have done a fair bit before it stopped.
If I'd taken the spellbook to the crystal thing, would I have been able to find a way to only turn back time a smidgen?
So that's the question. I not in the adventure, but yeah, if you don't do it the quick way and you try and attune and things like that, then yes, I would have let there be more control.
I have Order of the Scribe because I'm Order of the Scribe. Mm-hmm. I can read through spells in spell books in a ridiculous pace. Mm-hmm. So would I have been able to do it in the moment with that ability?
No, because you'd have to attune to the staff to. You'd still have to spend the time. It makes it longer. Yeah, it would be a longer period on that one, if that makes sense.
Okay, Dave.
Yeah. I kind of like the fact that we've the Netherese Empire might still be around. I don't hate that.
This is like the Forgotten Realms Age of Arcanum. This is they're crazy powerful. Like magical items are. Yeah,
my only wish was I was hoping that you'd all be here for it, but alas, it's kind of the self-sacrifice thing in some ways. But there you go. But yes, only Linus and Ashe get to the final moments.
What an odd couple, dude.
Yeah,
I'm glad Linus got there because obviously Linus is the expert on the history, so you can change the course of.
I was kind of rooting for Triss in some ways, but alas,
it would have been good if Triss had got there.
But alas,
I really wanted Triss to get here and be
there was
father.
Yeah, you did say
Also,
that I'm the only one that can do it, but
I hate to do this because it's my character.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be there. Linus wouldn't have been able to dimension door me. I'm bigger than him. It's his size or smaller.
Yeah, you're both medium then. It's fine.
Oh, is he?
Would you have given Linus the? Would you have given Linus the staff?
If he came to me and gave it to him, yeah. But if we're both medium, I don't know how hard we work.
No, I'm small, aren't I?
I still think you're classed as medium.
No. Linus is small.
I'm classed as small.
Halflings are medium, but gnomes are small, right?
Oh, okay.
No, halflings are small and gnomes are small.
Halflings are small.
Let's see. I'm sure there'll be a sage advice, but it might actually be just Linus. But we'll see on that one.
Yeah, it is. It says halflings.
Oh, your size is small, so it would just be Linus.
As soon as it happened, I was like, I don't think I can. When you said it, I just went with it because
fair enough.
At least you're not going insane in a hermit hole.
That's fine.
You're still erased from time.
Ashe deleted.
It's less awkward as well because Linus and Ashe's relationship is that kind of thing where you both go to a party with the same friend and then that friend goes to the toilet and then you're just left with the sofa and you're like, great party, that's that kind of relationship.
I believe the weather today.
Oh blimey, okay, well no, so we retcon it to just be Linus on his own then. Blimey, there you go, one left. It wasn't a TPK, but they just didn't exist.
I mean, it feels like it is.
Yeah, it kind of feels like a TPK. It feels like we failed in a lot of ways.
I'm 100% happy.
I don't think
we saved an empire.
Yeah, well, it depends. I said Linus
at the cost of existence as we know it.
It's fine. Would be completely unaware.
Yeah, I mean, they may have their lives anyway. Who knows?
This is what I don't understand. Like, where did Triss come from? Did Giovanni go in the future and have Triss? Or was Triss here and sent to the future? I don't understand.
There would have been more, but alas, Linus will never know to ask those questions. But I will at some point.
I'd recognise the surname, though, wouldn't I?
No, he won't have that name at this point. So, apologies. He won't even have that.
Yeah.
But alas, on that one. But we'll figure it out. We may reconvene on that one. But I mean, I suppose now it's just one character. Then I suppose when the end times do come, Linus would have to just answer the question of does he save the Empire or not, or from its own folly, or warn them of what would be coming if it is.
You could cast us a big slap across the face and be like, no. Don't try and become an avatar of the god of magic.
Yes. Do you tell them how their empire would end? Is the question, and how it is stopped.
Do you preserve history or do you change it as a historian?
As an actual real life historian, someone who has spent many years studying it, this is painful for me. I personally have
knowing you have already done one thing. You have already changed the fact that oral will not be used in the way she is used. So you've changed that. So that doesn't happen. But does anything else get changed?
I think after that doing that big change, I think Linus will have a period of panic that he has, because he's caused like a change in direction of time. He might have accidentally prevented the later birth and existence of his friends, which is a bit of a mindfuck for Linus to deal with.
Fair enough. Yeah. He has no way of knowing how history would work out.
Yeah, I could join the League of the Mages and become one of the immortal mages, and I might be able to see them later.
Maybe, if you preserve this, are you going to preserve this higher level magic that makes all of this doable, I suppose, will be the question.
Oh, I hate this. I hate this. Oh, God.
Hey, you're the only one there.
Fuck it, Linus will want to see Darvin, so he'll keep the higher level magic just so that he can stay immortal to go and see Darvin later.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Save the Empire, yes.
There we go. So yeah,
all for a lowly cook.
All for a lowly cook.
Then I would imagine, like, after like a couple of not even like hundreds of years, like tens of years, you'd probably be like, who the fuck was that guy?
No, Linus would be writing like monthly letters as a diary to Darvin, as if like to say what's happening.
Oh, you're gonna have a whole library in a couple of thousand years.
Yeah, I think it's even more disturbing than some of
that. It becomes like a concept, and then becomes like a hallucination.
No, well, maybe partly, but I also think it's the fanaticism would probably kick in of having to define a part of a timeline that he'd already fucked with to maintain events enough that these people would come along at the right times. That's a lot of of fucking with things, if that makes sense. He would get obsessed with that.
Goes slightly insane.
Oh, that's great. So you're gonna put Triss through the trauma of losing everyone again, just so we bump into Darvin.
But no, the thing is,
the way it sounds now, I think Linus is the cause of all of what happened to Triss. He was the reason that all of that was done. Yeah, he caused it in the first place.
Time can never be changed, and Linus is the one that is took this guy's name and is actually him.
Maybe.
He's bastardizing his name, and he's like takes down all of the.
I wear stilts. I like aggressively stand there.
Given the fact that
having to literally, you have to like manipulate bloodlines to make sure certain people are born. Oh my god, it can get really full on.
As a historian, you could feasibly trace back our genealogy. For a while, maybe.
I'm gonna make Linus do that. I'm gonna
try and make these people
absolute horrific being. Let's do it.
I mean, feasibly, you can't, right? Like, you get, even today, you can't like trace back more than like, I don't know.
And how would you trace back without anyone to trace back to? Because you're going forwards this way.
Magic and stuff is things that he would be trying for centuries to pull off. Doesn't mean he does, but it doesn't mean that he would get there. But I can imagine it being an obsession that would drive a wizard for a very long time, or could.
Yeah, I mean, divination is a thing.
Insane, yeah. Wizards are likely to go insane from power needs and stuff, so it's a possibility.
Maybe Linus experiences firsthand why 11th level magic is a bad idea.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Never take it away.
Never take that away.
I mean, given that everything is like so different, like this city never stopped existing, like that would that would like influence the rest of society.
Oh, 100%.
It's not the only floating city. Like the Netherese Empire has spanned the entire world.
Many cities. Yeah, absolutely.
Like this is
what we're talking. Waterdeep not being what it was. The Sword Coast
would still be an elven city, like the elven version of this.
It's going to be very different.
Such a big difference that I think it's impossible that like we even ever exist in the future.
It may be, but that's not what a wizard tries to pull off, is it? So we shall see. The impossible, but it doesn't mean it's doable. But we don't need to find that out yet. But yeah, there you go. The obsession begins, and is it even plausible? Who knows?
Well, he hasn't got a hobby anymore because his hobby was learning about the Nether, like being the best.
He has to live it.
Empire, like just to find a new thing.
Yeah.
So now, though, you can find out the beginnings. I bet that
what it was actually like.
I'd find that out in like a few years. I've got to do something else.
It must be a couple of hundreds of years.
Extra high level magics to deal with. There's so much to do. Let's face it, wizards are literally gods in this period of time. So It's he is now a member of that group. So yes, I'm sure it's a hell of a lot of
Linus will be
things.
in your history books.
Yeah, he'd be in the. Yeah, he would definitely be in the history books. Yeah, whether the history books are in the same libraries they were in before, might not be so true. I
have an image of Linus doing more crazy and more heinous things, and his hallucination of Darvin kind of becomes like his Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah.
Like, Linus, what are you doing? You know this isn't right.
No, gotta get you back.
Here's listen, there are plenty of people that can make you sandwiches. You don't have to always eat mine.
Linus spends a lot of time in the kitchen trying to make food similar to Darvin. Never does.
And it's always tasteless.
Yeah, it never tastes good. Linus lives a horrible life.
So yeah, here are the words in the adventure. To put it mildly, the characters have a whole new world to explore. 10 Towns doesn't exist in this timeline, nor does most of the cities along the Sword Coast that the characters might recognize. Many tribes of nomads prowl Icewind Dale, and different tribes of Netherese claim vast tracts of the untamed land south of the spine of the world, kept in check by marauding monsters. The Empire of the Netheril controls the lush temperate lands doomed to become the deserts of Antirok, and the town of Ilisk, centuries away from being called Luskan, surrounds the brooding host tower of the Arcane, so the main sort of city of this period of time. Characters hoping to visit past versions of Waterdeep or Neverwinter find nothing but unsettled lands surrounded by the remnants of an elven kingdom. Humans won't even begin farming in this plateau above Deepwater Harbour, the future site of Waterdeep, or the building of the settlements for at least another 3 centuries. So it is way before Waterdeep.